time is it? Better get up and grind. I woke up, soaked from a bad dream. I've been sweating like crazy. Got up, skin stuck to the bed sheets. Open window for a cold breeze. I have nothing to eat in my kitchen. Old coffee and yesterday's pizza. Listen, I promised to clean my floor, but I have no interest to fulfill my chores today. As long as the sun is shining and the weather is showing its face, just like me, it's been hiding. People painting the world with its rays. So I skip on my obligations, like so many times before. Reach for the door out to reclaim my faith in the making. God, I am here for the taking. Oh, it's a matter of opinion if I'm right, but I'm leaving off for now to go outside, putting chores and obligations on our pile. See them towering over me, nowhere to hide.
Yo, I had it with this shit. Yo, I gave it all I got, but it seems like it's not enough. Now I'm sitting there watching all these bills piling up. Like, damn, I need a change for the better. Scratch that, I need a change for the cheddar. Gotta get up 9 to 5, have a regular life. With the knowledge knowing that I'm not a regular guy. See, I'll be more than me's a regular. I like optimist rhyme with my spectacular mind, composing these delicate rhymes. But I'ma design a different future for me. I had a good run with it, but it just ain't what it used to be. And truthfully, I trust nobody in this industry. They only come around when they want something like a fucking leash. But I'm cool, mama didn't raise no fools, so I'ma do what I do and chunk up the dues. And I'll be back in the booth when the stars align. But meanwhile,
It's a matter of opinion if I'm right, but I'm leaving off for now to go outside, putting chores and obligations on our pile. See them towering over me, nowhere to hide. It's a matter of opinion if I'm right, but I'm leaving off for now to go outside, putting chores and obligations on our pile. See them towering over me, nowhere to hide. It's a matter of opinion if I'm right, but I'm leaving off for now to go outside, putting chores and obligations on our pile. See them towering over me, nowhere to hide.
What's going on YouTube, Facebook, everybody from wherever you're tuning in from? There's Matter of Opinion. It's your boy Walls P. I got my
It's your boy
co-host.
Ray the Dawn.
There you go. And we got our guest, JR, Roland Sage.
Yeah.
All right. So before we start this program, which we're going to be discussing cheating, that's the narrative of today's show. Cheating. And is it the end all be all when it comes to, relationships or marriage or anything of that nature? Because everybody seems to talk about cheating as like the deal breaker of everything. So we're going to dissect, like, why is that? Now, before we get started, whatever, I just want to make sure, like, JR, tell them about your channel and everything, because we're going to definitely be doing a collaboration, not a live one, a pre-recorded one. Unless you wanted to do it live, it doesn't matter to me. But we're going to be doing, a discussion about a recent Karen situation that happened. We're not going to discuss all the details, but it's going to be a Karen video. So you're definitely going to want to tune into that. It's definitely going to be on JR's channel. So look forward to that. So you want to tell them about your
Y-
channel again, just to update everybody?
The channel mainly gonna be on fitness, but the topic today, that's what really gonna talk about relationships. I love talking about it. I love hearing about it. I love getting advice. So that's what the channel's really on. But we need to talk about the Karens in these situations because
Yeah,
they crazy and they go both ways. So we got to talk about it.
you're right about that. You are definitely right about like it's crazy how drastic like these Karen situations is going. The only thing about like I would say about these Karen situations is that it seems like every Karen situation, whoever's the victim, which I get it, yes, they are a victim, but the GoFundMe's, man, them things are whew.
They be
For the
racking up
for
that
the
bread.
Yo,
victims,
yes.
Yo,
Yo, that them come ups, man. Them come ups. I like I said, I always my boy Vic was telling me, hey, when it comes to like I forgot what the story. I don't remember the exact details, but there was a little boy that was thrown in a dumpster and set on fire, and that was like 2 years ago. The family only raised up about 10K in 2 years, but then you'll have a Karen situation where the person will, get $100,000 easy
wait, wait,
within.
wait. That victim, like the Karen being the victim.
No, not
Okay,
not the Karen being the victim. The person, the victim, not the Karen, but
the
the
real
person.
victim.
the
Somebody,
real
yeah,
victim,
the real
right?
victim.
Okay,
You get what
cool.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, dicey, 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 crazy situation. So that's like
Hmm.
that's where I look at it with kind of a side eye. Like when it comes to real people needing help for like crimes or police brutality and stuff like that, you don't see a lot of people help these GoFundmes, but something like that within 2 days they're getting over 100K. But I digress. That's another topic for another
It
day.
is.
So
It is.
let's talk about the cheating situation. All right, we got Talk Edit in the building. What's going on, Deontay? Definitely gonna have a live, two separate lives, one on Talk Edic's channel and one on mine. We're gonna be talking about the Baltimore school, the update on the Baltimore school situation, and then the second one is gonna be about the critical race theory, and that's
Hmm.
gonna be actually a debate where I'm a moderator, and he's gonna be debating Tia Cherry. So that's gonna happen this
Oh,
week.
nice.
Yeah, so that's gonna happen this week. So we'll definitely look into that. So we got Erica Brown in the building, Tia Cherry,
Nice.
Samantha. All right, glad that you guys and gals are here. All right, and definitely check out Talk Edic's channel. Subscribe to his channel. That
For
brother
sure, for
definitely
sure,
talks about a lot of political things, man, and he gives some good point of views. All
for
right,
sure.
so let's get into the topic of the day: cheating. So the number one question for the day is: do you feel cheating should be the end all, be all, and why? Who want to go first?
You know what? I don't think it should, and because if you, all right, it's a 50-50 with me. Okay,
Uh-huh.
it's 50-50 with me. On one side, you gotta understand maybe that person had a moment of weakness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Where they slipped up. If they're truly sorry about it, and if you guys want to get counseling, work it out together, I think that's the right thing to do. On the other hand, if the
Okay.
person is doing it, and they that's what they want to do, then nah, you know what I'm saying?
That should be the
Yeah,
end all.
that should be the. But I will say this though, it got some of y'all out there, y'all know who you are, who
Okay.
who break up for a man cheating on you, but he could rob a bank and do 40 years and change his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and y'all wait for that man.
JR, you want to tackle it?
Yeah, see, all right, with what Ray just said, I kind of agree, but I don't, because at the end of
Okay.
the day, why do they have to understand? I don't get that part. Why do they have to understand that that person made a mistake?
I
Okay.
mean, it could be a moment in which they felt they weren't getting what they need from their partner. They were telling their partner wasn't understanding. I mean, it's a lot of things that play into a person
Yeah.
going that route. You know what I'm saying?
Before y'all
So
before y'all go in, I know there's gonna be a dicey conversation for everybody. So we're gonna allow, for call-ins, or if you want to be in the live stream, we're gonna have a segment where we allow that. So granted, the comment section will be, popping and everything, but You'll have your opportunity to call in if you choose to voice your opinion. All right,
You
so
know, we'll put that number right down there.
yeah, definitely. All right, so yeah, go on.
Wait, Ray, you still explaining or no?
Nah, go ahead, go ahead.
No, but with females, put y'all comments in the sections for real because we want to know what y'all want, how y'all
Yeah,
feel on this subject.
exactly.
But no, it's for me, it's not the you know, if somebody cheat on you, you have to. For me, I have to figure what is it that I did because at the end of the day, I may have done something, and typically, I'm always doing something dumb, like not like cheating wise, but I'm neglecting. So I think I don't know. I think it depends on the situation because if this person cheated on me and made it seem like she was there for me and this and that, I may be too hurt to forgive her. I
Okay.
don't know about just forgiving if I'm too hurt. So I don't know. It depends on the situation because if you really was neglecting the person, yeah, you can't blame them. Like you pushed them there.
Yeah.
So I couldn't say that. No, it's not the end all.
See, for me, I don't believe that it's the end all be all because I'm a person. I look at things like in a realistic manner or whatever. See, what tends to happen is a lot of people are focused on the things that they're doing, and a lot of times they misinterpret what's important to that person.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So a lot of people thinking, hey, I cook, I clean, whatever. I stay home. I don't go out partying, this, that, and the third. Yes, those are things that you should be doing or whatever.
Great point.
At the end of the day, is that like the things that are important to that individual? You get what I'm saying? So if
Yes.
those things are if those things are important to that individual and you're discussing it with your significant other, so to speak, and they're not being done and if the person goes sideways, then I mean, it's no excuse for it. But at the end of the day, should you be surprised?
Right.
And my
Hmm.
thing is, if a person is checking all the boxes, whatever, and they had like one lapse of judgment, so to speak, then why should that be the end all be all for that situation?
But how do
Because
you know it's one time?
no,
That's the
that's what I'm
thing.
saying. If here's the thing here, because
Yeah.
this is me. If
Mhm.
the person I'm with cheats on me, the first
Okay.
thing I'm going to do, yes, of course, it's going to hurt and everything like that. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to evaluate myself on what did I do or where did I go wrong as far as to push that person to do what they do. See, a lot of people don't want to look at those aspects of it. They just want to
Uh-huh.
look, oh, you did me dirty. I'm out, whatever. Yes, I
Facts.
understand. In your mind, you was doing everything for that person. But were you really? Did you actually take care of every whatever needs that person wanted? So I think step one should be evaluate to see what the issue was. Why did this person go in left field for whatever case may be? Discuss it and try to go from there. Now, if after the discussion it doesn't work for you, cool. Go separate ways. It doesn't work out or whatever. Now, one thing I will say is if you have a person that is addicted to sex, I don't believe going to therapy to work on it to make that person tone down his wanting for sex is a realistic thing. The
No,
reason
that's
why is
not.
because if
It's you know.
if that person is truly addicted to sex, whatever, and this is something you knew going into it, how are you going to try and curb what's important to somebody? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
You know.
you're going to be back to square one with the situation.
You know.
That's a good point.
That is a good point. But you can have a conversation with that person, and you could be like, hey, look, I know that you're super addicted to sex. You like to have sex every day or whatever. But
Yeah.
look, I need at least one day for me to rest to recover some energy. You
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
know what I'm saying?
See,
It's for me. It's a conversation, and if they don't get it at that point, you gotta you gotta do something. You gotta
But
either
how can
you
you
go.
trust that person after that one time that they're not going to do it again?
see,
How?
see. Here's the thing. This is the thing that I hate when it comes to problems in relationships is because people tend to say I forgive you and we're gonna move on, if you say I forgive you, we talk about it and we move on, then that's the past.
Yes. Don't ask
If you
questions.
speak about it and you say we're gonna move on, then you're telling me this is the past. I'm not gonna hold nothing against you for that particular situation. We spoke about it. We found out, signs to look for, yada yada. Like we discussed all of this. So if we decide we're gonna go forward and you keep throwing this in my face, then we clearly didn't move on. That means you didn't move on. So at that point, walk away. But don't hold on to me because of the fact that, oh, you don't want to be single or whatever the case may be. No. If we discuss it, just like if I discuss to you that we're moving on past this, I forgive you, whatever the case may be, then there's absolutely no reason for me to throw this in your face.
Wait, Walls, let me
But
say
that
something.
tends to happen a lot. I see that tends to happen.
Wait, real quick. Let me say something.
Go
On what?
ahead.
No, put that back. You could put what Tia said.
Okay.
All right. She said, if your needs aren't being met, then leave. Plain and simple. At the end of the day, with cheating, I've done it one time. I've done it while we were dating. Now, with cheating, sometimes you convince yourself if the person's getting on your nerve and you start like resenting them, you start convincing yourself that I should do this, I should do that. So it's not easy to just leave because you're not worried about leaving. You're just mad at that person. And it's not like you're a child and you can't think, but it's more of you're hyping yourself up like I deserve this, I deserve better. So I don't think it's just as easy as just leaving. It's not that easy.
It's not, especially if you really like, if you love the person and you understand that you made the mistake and you want to work on trying to fix it.
Yeah.
I mean, I see the comments saying, once trust is broken, how can you fix that? I mean, I understand that, when the trust is broken or whatever, but at the end of the day, if you as a man or woman can show that you can be trusted once again by, showing your affection, showing your love, showing that you understood and that you made the mistake, I don't see a reason why you can't move past it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because they scared to get hurt again. Because you got hurt and you're like, dang, if I trust this person again, I'm going to feel that feeling again. So I
But
think
if that's the stance, then it's no
let
point
them
in
go.
being
Right?
with that person, right?
Yes, exactly.
See, me, I'm not even looking at it on a strength of a man cheating or a woman cheating. I'm talking about cheating in general because at the end of the day, women and men cheat. And
Yeah.
just like I have that same energy where I'm like, yo, if you cheat on me, I want to get to the bottom of it to figure out like where did I go wrong and evaluate myself or whatever. Then I don't know. I just see it as that should be something because even let's look at a job, right? Even if it has a company policy of saying if you do XYZ, you're terminated. If you do that XYZ, they still do an investigation or whatever the case may be before making a judgment. They don't just automatically make a judgment saying you're gone, you're fired. No, they sit down and figure out, hey, let's see what happened. Let's run through everything because although you violated the policy, maybe there was a gray area where I can see where you're coming from. You get what I'm saying? And in today's time, jobs give 0 Fs about you.
Yeah.
They'll replace you quickly. So
Yeah.
job can have that mindset like an adult, like, yo, let's evaluate this situation. Why can't you?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't you as an individual? And the funny thing that kills me is you have people who are holier than thou. Oh, I'm a Christian, devoted Christian, yada yada. Do you realize when it comes to in the Christian world, killing somebody is just as bad as stealing a Jolly Rancher?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's on equal playing field. You get what I'm saying? But when it comes to this is what I deem this, it's a problem. But yet you wearing your Christian and your I love Jesus shirt, to display it in front of everybody and want to talk about religion and yada yada. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, yo, I understand. For some people, yes, it may be a deal breaker. But what I'm saying is, what is wrong with before you making a judgment, you sit down, evaluate yourself to see what did I do wrong or why, like what are my actions that could have made this person go to left or right field or whatever,
Walls.
and then make an evaluation.
Walls, that's a strength of yours though. analyzing and doing that, what you just said, that's a strength
Yeah,
of yours. Not
yeah,
everybody has that mental to be able to do that. So they may want to
that's
do it,
true.
they can't do it.
That's true.
So
That
That's true.
no, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying why can't we? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that everybody has that wherewithal. No, I understand some people are not like that, but I'm asking why.
why? See, that's
Yes,
the question.
you know what I'm saying. So
You
the
know,
question is why cheat in the first place? Okay, so here's a prime example of why cheat in the first place, whatever, right? So let's just say for the sake of argument, right? Me, Ray, we're building our YouTube platform, right?
uh-huh.
So now my significant other is not 100% supportive on what I'm doing, or your
Right.
significant other isn't as supportive what you're doing, right?
Hmm.
So now you're working with other people, and they're strong and belief and behind you in what you're doing. And just one particular person has that wherewithal to be very strong and support you, give you ideas, the whole nine.
Good
Guess what?
example.
If you go to your significant other and you're like, yo, man, I need support from you, help me out, blah, blah, and they're not, but the person that's actually giving you that benefit of the doubt and helping you, supporting you, next thing you know, now you have emotions for that person. So it's not that cut and dry that it's just, oh, he cheated, whatever. Now, this does not apply to people who just serial cheat. If they
Yeah,
just cheat,
this
whatever, then it is what it is. Get rid of
doesn't
them.
apply.
That's a bad. That's a bad apple. But
Fact.
if we're talking about a situation where the person is speaking to you, speaking to you, whatever, and then somebody come along and it wasn't what they were expecting, and that person, showed them, hey, I'm doing XYZ, and you're repeatedly talking to your significant other, it's easy for that person to now catch feelings for that other person. So
Facts.
now,
Yeah.
if you sit down and why'd you cheat? This is why I cheated. I was asking you to support me. Just so happened this person was supporting me, doing everything, and I
But
wind up
see,
falling for the person.
Walls, just
Yeah,
hearing it, and I agree with it. It
yeah.
sounds kind of selfish though.
I
Just keep it
understand it
real.
sounds. Look, I understand it sounds selfish, but when it comes to feelings, everybody's selfish.
Yeah,
Why
you
do you
should
think?
be.
Why do you think if a woman loves you and you're not there, they feel some type of way about it? I
Emo-
love you. So why aren't you up to my level of loving me? You should
Emotional
be
needs
out
go
with the
both
feelings.
ways.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like I love you. So guess what? If you don't love me, I'm gonna walk away because I don't feel like we're on the same emotional level. So I don't want to get hurt. So when it comes to feelings, when it comes to feelings and two people are on the same level, selfish can always be thrown in the mix.
Dig it. Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm
That's
like,
true.
people just look at it as, oh, you cheated, but okay, what is the reason behind it? Now, I don't want to throw T under the bus, whatever. But like whenever we have Kevin talks about Kevin Samuels, it's always like whenever Kevin Samuels is talking to these women, she always say, why are these women in this predicament? So I want people to have that same energy. If you could ask, why are these people in the same predicament? Why did this person go to left field? What wasn't
True.
being done on my end that pushed that person to go in left field? And all I'm saying is, why can't we have this conversation before coming to this judgment?
Hmm.
I'm nowhere did I say you're supposed to forgive the person. I'm just saying, why can't you have the discussion? What is it that's so bad that you can't even stop and say, let me talk to this person to see what's up
Because
before I
you
decide?
might realize that person might tell you, okay, hey, you weren't there for me emotionally, and that's something later on you could work on for your next relationship. You know what I'm saying?
I want to tackle what Erica Brown said because she said, I forgave a cheater after he begged for my forgiveness and swore he would never do it again. Guess what? I caught him red-handed with the same person. I was out.
He's a
Okay,
serial cheater.
I understand that 100%, and that's an excellent thing. But what I will say is, don't take that experience and take it to the next experience. Just
Yeah,
because that person was a bad experience doesn't mean you should shortchange the next person who had absolutely nothing to do with that situation.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because now, when you bring it into the next situation, now you can have it in the back of your mind and everything like that. But until that person shows you a reason to, I believe there's no reason to carry it to the next situation.
You
That's
shouldn't. And
that's
there's
my
always signs too. So
yeah.
you don't. Yeah, you'll see it.
But even so, if you see the signs, speak about it. Because if
Yes.
you hold it inside, then you might start acting some type of way about the person. It's not even that. And now that person see you change. So now it's like, okay, well, I didn't do anything wrong, whatever. They act in some type of way. Eventually y'all start parting ways little by little. So communication is another part, that can be thrown in there as far as that goes. So let me see. Let's see what else is in the
So
comments.
Samantha, to basically answer your question in the comments, because I see it. Um, no, you don't necessarily have to forgive the person. That'll be your personal choice. But to have have a conversation to understand what drove them. That's what we're saying.
Exactly. Yeah, that and see, Pete. See, I guess the people are hearing but not listening. All I'm asking is, why can't you have a conversation to find out what happened? That's
They're
all I'm
asking,
saying.
but they're
Huh?
asking why should they care about the reason? Like it shouldn't have
Because
happened. Period.
because look, prime example, right? Let's say you just all right, person cheats on you, you just left field and whatever. You go into the
Uh-huh.
next relationship. What if you have the same outcome? You're gonna left
Exactly.
field that person, go to the next relationship. It's gonna be a repeating cycle until you
Exactly.
figure out
So
what's going on.
exactly. So why not ask? Because my thing is, people saying, why should you ask? Why should you not ask? Because it's about leveling
Yeah.
up anyway. It's about improving. It's about
But
learning from your last experience and growing from there. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So if I tell you, yo, JR, build this computer, you build the computer and like a week after using it starts smoking, you're not gonna be like, all right, well, the computer was whatchamacallit, or I'm not gonna be like, well, this computer, damn, JR did a bad mistake or whatever, yada yada. I'm just gonna walk away, whatever. No, I wanna find out, yo, what did you do with this computer that so I can see the steps that you took. So when I go to build computers, I know not to make that same mistake.
and
Exactly.
Samantha, do you get that?
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like, what is so hard about asking the question? Because it's a form of taking the experience and learning from it. Whether
They
it's good
scared of
or
the answer.
bad, or you felt like I was doing the best thing, blah, blah, blah. Still, it doesn't hurt to
No, but they're
why.
scared of the answer you'll give, and I think it's more of a let me do my research and find out that I was wrong, opposed to let me ask and then I find out it was me. It wasn't you. It wasn't us. It was me. They don't want to hear that. I promise you, they don't want to hear it was
What, you
them.
saying they don't
And
want
then
to hear from
maybe
the man? They don't want to hear from the man. It was me.
it was like, yeah, like let's say I told my wife it was you, like it's because you did this. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that they played a role in that. So it hurt them, and it's like they need to get over that. No offense, y'all should get over that.
See, but I think that's a disservice if the man is just saying it had nothing to do with you. It was me. I think that's a lazy answer
No,
because
not that. They don't want to hear that it's them. Like
oh, I
let's
see
say,
what you're saying. I see what you're so then it goes back to accountability.
Mhm.
So then it goes
yeah,
to accountability because that's telling me that you think what you're doing is fine. So if you go, like Ray said, if you go into the next situation and you get the same results, the same results, the same results, at what point do you got to check what you're doing?
you
That's
know.
facts. That's
Can
facts.
somebody answer that?
Exactly. So at what point, if all the time you're dealing with somebody, you get the same results, strategic in the building, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see my man.
Oh,
Every
y'all
time
can
you get involved with somebody and it's the same results and you don't ask questions to why, then
it's
what are we
it's
doing
it's
here?
either, it's either one of two things. Either you're attracting scumbags, or it's something that's driving them away. It's something.
Well, you know what? Look, we got to be a little bit honest. Do we know guys that pretend to be whatever the female want them to be?
Say that again?
Do you know any guys that pretend to be exactly what a female want them to be? Like just so they could get some cheeks.
Yeah, there's guys
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. There's guys like that,
Now,
and
that.
because of that, I would think for females it's so hard trying to decipher who's doing that and who's keeping it real. Like it's hard.
See, but I can't just say that's only a woman or a man thing. You get what I'm saying?
No, no,
Because
both ways.
yeah,
I'm
you
just
get what I'm
talking
saying?
from yeah.
Because I'll throw this at you. What
Mhm.
if you're a woman who, and it always comes down to sex or whatever. What if you're a woman, you don't really enjoy sex, but the guy you're dealing with, he likes having sex a lot, so you like, yeah, I like having sex, whatever, but in your mind, you don't really like having sex.
Y'all shouldn't be together.
Yeah, you shouldn't be together. But then
Yeah.
later down the line, it's like, yeah, I don't really like sex, and it's like, hold up, but you told me you did. Yeah, but I really didn't. So now it goes to the man. Oh, so my sex was whack. So now you don't want it. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so that with that dynamic in it, a lot of stuff can be into it. Yo, that's the best line right there. Strategic black men
But
don't.
don't cheat.
That's the best line right there. Black men don't cheat. Let's see what's up else with the comments. Do y'all see any other comments that we should tackle? Whatever, because yeah, the comment section is popping right now.
It's light. It's
Yeah,
lit
yeah.
up.
All right, we're gonna give y'all a chance to call in and everything like that, and also chime in. So we're gonna move to question number 2 or whatever. And again, if you feel things aren't answered, we could always retouch these topics or whatever. So I just want to run through them real quick. So number 2, do you feel men should get more of a pass than women when it comes to cheating?
I'm gonna take this one from the first. No, no way.
Okay.
No way. And I'll tell you why. Because both men and women have emotional needs, and sometimes both of us will slip up. So you know what I'm saying. So I feel as though the same judgment you would have for a man is the same judgment you should have for a woman. Equal playing field. You know what I'm saying? If woman cheats on you and you ask her why
Hold
she
on.
did this,
Hold on, strategic. I gotta say thank you for the super chat, brother. Much respect, brother. Much respect.
Oh,
much respect.
I appreciate it, man. All right, go on.
If woman cheat, you ask her what's the reason that drove her to do this, whatever. Have the same mentality when a guy cheats. You know what I'm saying? Keep
Yeah,
that
yeah.
same energy. I feel it should be equal.
Okay. What's your take?
Look all the women in the chat. They like no. Hell
Yeah.
no.
What's your take on it, Jr.?
Well, initially, I was thinking what Ray was thinking, but let me preface what I'm about to say. I'm not a cheater, and I'm just trying to be real.
Yeah.
I do think guys should get a pass, and the reason I heard something where they said sex for a guy is attention for a female, and with females, like, they love attention. I may feel a way with my wife getting attention, but if it make her feel better, I'm not saying if sex make the guy feel better. I'm just saying it's so many females throwing it at guys, and it makes it difficult. Well, I don't agree. I don't agree.
Here's my take on it.
Hold on.
I think it should be equal.
Real quick, right?
I keep it.
Real quick, I want you to repeat the double standard. Samantha, you said it takes a woman a lot to resort to cheating. So why can't it also take a man a lot to resort to cheating? That's a double standard right there.
Yeah. But here's the thing, because we're going to get into double standard with this conversation or whatever. So here's the thing. I believe men should get a pass more than women. The reason why I think men should get more pass than women is because if a man happens to wind up cheating, whatever, he's not going to deprive his woman of emotions or anything of that nature. If a woman goes to cheating, she's emotionally invest into that person. So now what she's gonna do is she's gonna give hostility towards that man, make him feel like less of a man, talk down on him, and constantly compare him to the person she's cheating with, and eventually leave him for that man. See, a guy will cheat and be like, hell no, I'm not leaving my girl. I'm not leaving my husband. Hell no. If a woman is cheating and caught into that emotional roller coaster, she's more likely going to leave. Because no, what was you about to say?
But that's why they say, guys, like with us, we cheat more. Because at the end of the day, you just said they have the option not to cheat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, could you repeat what you just said, the last part?
Wait, the last part I said, is I don't remember what was the last part I said.
Dang, it was perfect what you said.
It's when that old age catch up to you.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. I'm suffering from Alzheimer's, but
No,
but
don't even say
like I don't know. Like I just feel as though once a woman is emotionally attached, they're gonna denigrate that man and make him feel less of a man because she's always
that
uh, like
Okay,
you
well,
get
I
what
got it now. Yes, what I was trying to say is because when they cheat, it's normally they're at like a different point. They've done tried. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying all
yeah.
females, but they get to a point where they tried, and they like, yo, I'm done with this relationship. But when it's a guy, we just see something with us where we're visual. We just go for it. We don't have to get to that point.
No,
Like you get it? No.
I get that, but you're talking. I get the sense you're talking of, but I'm talking of a sense of a one-off.
Oh,
If a
okay.
if a guy had a lapse of judgment and wind up having sex with a woman, it was just
Okay.
yo, that was a lapse of judgment. If a woman have a lapse of judgment and cheat on her man,
Okay.
there was an emotional connection there which pushed her to cheating.
Then that's not a one off then, because they feeling that person they cheat with. That's what you think
No,
that'd be a one off for her too?
think about it. For men, we could wind up sleeping with a chick and we have no desire to get back with her. Like, let's just say, for instance, you meet a
Yeah.
chick in the club. You could sleep with her and have no desire. A woman can meet a guy, sleep with her, and she's like, "Oh my god, I think this is the one." Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Guys don't get
Yeah.
emotionally invested like that. Now, not to say not to
I was
say
gonna
every
say
guy.
there's times
You do
I've
have
been.
guys.
There are
You do have-
situations.
no, you do
Yeah.
have guys, but I'm talking about on a scale. Who
On
is it
scale,
more often to happen with? A woman than a guy.
yeah, that's
That's
true.
what I'm saying. So on average, a woman is more emotionally invested when it comes to sexual relations than a guy.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that's what I'm saying. If a woman cheats, most likely she's done with you. If a guy cheat, he's not done with that woman.
Well, this is gonna make me sound bad, but it has to do with what you're saying. I used to mess with, I was an idiot, but I used to mess with females that were involved, and they weren't really done with the guys. They were done, but not done. Like where they wanted it to work, but
It was things missing.
But JR,
and I knew the reason it happened from like the reason the cheating happened was their guy was sending them to work just like feeling terrible about themselves, and that's from their perspective. I don't know the truth because I'm not in their relationship, but it's sending the work like feeling real terrible, and they thought because I'm giving their guys example, like, yo, he must be, feeling this way at work. Like, don't take it personal. With guys, sometimes we're mad at different situations and we may take it out on you. And because I'm letting them know, they thought like, not that I wasn't a good guy, but they felt that way. And I don't know. I
you
don't,
basically played on their emotions.
but I wasn't trying to. The thing was, I felt.
I understand you wasn't, but they had a connection with you, which led to cheating. Now, here's the thing: you say they wouldn't leave the guy, but let me ask you this: do you
No,
feel
but they would though.
you said they would have left their guy?
It was 1 foot in, 1 foot out because it's like, oh, the divorce paper. I'm like, I don't know if they're telling me that to keep me gas and keep me in the situation, or if that's the truth. It's like,
So, in other words, so this sounds like to me is they wanted their cake to eat it too because they didn't want to they wanted that old thing back from you pretty much.
I
they
They
want to let the goods
They
go.
had you in the phone book.
but it would take them a long time. It would take them a long time to play their guys where they'd be like, yo, it's for 5 years. He'd been. I don't know the truth, but I'm just saying it seemed like it take longer for them. I'm just saying.
See, I wanna speak about the comment that Samantha said. Men want sex, women want to be appreciated and valued.
That's
And
not
That's not
100%.
true. That's
But
not
That's
true.
not 100% true.
listen, that is exactly why when it comes to cheating, men feel some type of way because they feel as though that woman is giving her all to that guy because there's an emotional
Oh,
connection.
and cheating. She's saying that in cheating, men want sex and the females want to.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, yeah,
You see what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
So
That's
for a
true.
man, if he just wants sex, there's no emotional attachment or connection whatsoever. Women want that attention, whatever, so they're investing their feelings. And the problem is that
Facts.
when men all that appreciation and making you feel love, you're still getting that. When a woman cheat, most likely you're not getting those things. It's like everything is cut off. You get what I'm saying?
That's true.
We got Brown in the house. I always forget to say hi to the new people in the chat. My bad. I wasn't ignoring you. I seen
All
you.
right. So let's go through the comment section and see what's going on, whatever. So if y'all want to tackle anything, let me know and we'll go from there. Because this screen is type not type small, but this monitor, the screen on the monitor is type small.
I mean, I can't even do nothing. Nope.
All right, let me see. Samantha says that is true. Sex has gotten easy. People use dating apps for sex. That's true. People do use it. People do use that for sex or easy access to it.
But then again, that reflects on the woman's judgment, and I say this because it's a guy can want sex, but if a woman says no, no is no. You know what I'm saying? Like if you let it happen, it's because you wanted it to let it happen.
That's true.
That's a fact. That's fact.
See. I believe that men should get a pass because they are made to be with many women, biologically speaking.
Who said that?
Comment. Alora Burks. What do y'all take on that?
I mean, you know where I stand. I think it's a 50-50 because, I just believe it should be a clear playing field across the board.
See, I don't know if I'll say biologically, but I'll say in biblical terms. From me reading the Old and New Testament,
if we're going by the Bible,
dude had multiple wives. Now, God was like, he didn't say, "Yo, you can't do it," whatever, but you better make sure you can financially
support
and give them equal, give the woman equal, attention and
so, and that's not possible though. So, is that allowed really? Because that's not possible to give equal attention.
Well, I can't say it's not possible because there's a lot of men who have 2 or 3 wives out there in the world, and they take care of all their wives, children, and have time to give them all the emotional needs and stuff.
But it's easy saying it not being one of those women.
I get where you're coming from, right? But why is it that when it comes to women, people want to throw that exception, but when it comes to children, it's nah. We love them all equally.
But I don't believe when they say that.
We don't believe it. But guess what? In society, the stigma is no. They're all loved equally.
You believe it though?
I don't believe it. But what I'm saying is, when you contest it, people won't contest it when people say no. I love my kids all.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I think that's
why
right.
is it when it comes to that, people will tackle it? But when it comes to other thing, it's like, people won't really tackle it like that or whatever.
Because it's taboo.
Wrong with it.
It's taboo.
Yeah. All right. Women actually think of things. Yeah, women are multitaskers. Even like while they're getting it in, they're thinking about the cleaning the house and what they got. So I them. Women are the best multitaskers. Like
I have a friend, right?
Because go on.
I have a friend. He has a wife, and every time his wife needs to get something right that she wants, that she wants, like if they're having sex, he told me his wife will, in the middle of him being about to bust, she'd be like, "So, I need to get a leather bag. You want to buy it for me?"
Because we're thinking right there, we're like, "Yo, whatever I gotta do to get off, it's going down." Yes.
Facts.
That's why I tell women, yo, if you want something, do it while y'all intimate.
No, but women, can the women answer? That's true. Y'all thinking about cleaning the crib? While
I'm joking about it, but I'm just saying, women can think of multiple things while actually having sex. As for us, we're thinking about what's going on.
Yeah, we ain't about anything else when we in that zone.
Anything that comes to mind is sexually related. We're not thinking anything else.
The building could be on fire. We'd be
Yeah,
like, hold on,
yeah.
let me get this
Nah,
phone call.
unless you're trying to hold on.
You said what?
Unless you're trying not to
Yeah,
finish.
yeah. You're right. You're right. Women look at things from a different perspective. That is true. I agree with that 100%. Women, that's why they say men are from Mars and women are from Venus. I think that's right. Or do I have it?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. I thought I was I thought I had it wrong for a second.
we're
Let me
Martians.
At the end of the day, don't get into I guess that's don't get into a committed relationship, then you can have sex freely without an attachment. Yeah, that's facts.
Mm.
That's true, but we're talking about people that are in a relationship and have a lapse. That's what we're talking about. Because nothing is perfect. Nothing in life is perfect. So we're specifically speaking about a person who had a lapse in judgment and they messed up one time. Should they be forgiven or, whatever the case may be? So that's the theme of the show.
Yeah, and especially if they understand that they made the mistake and they're
Yes.
explaining to you,
That's
and
what I'm saying.
they're actually feeling sorry
Yeah.
about it,
Yeah.
and they want to try to fix it.
Yeah.
You know,
When it comes to jerks who are just serial cheating, we're not talking about them. Those are the
nah,
people you should
No.
get rid of because that's
nah.
toxic. We're talking about people that actually had a one-off situation where they messed up. That's what we're talking about. Because I know people like to throw other elements into it. No, we're talking about something where you have people that have a healthy relationship, something happened, and now they're trying to work it out. That's what the theme is. All right, Matter, you have a good point there. Women do get emotionally attached, but it still boils down to something.
The
Cheating is
same thing, same thing.
yeah, cheating is cheating. I agree with that. But like I said, I
We
just
say
feel
one off.
yeah, I just feel we should ask the question. If you genuinely believe that that person is remorseful on what
Looking
they
to
did
you.
or whatever. Yeah.
Mhm.
Women can cheat. Women can cheat and not be attached emotionally. That's why women can cheat under the radar because you guys assume we have to be emotionally invested.
I
That
don't.
is
I
true.
don't. Wait.
I don't agree with that.
I
I
mean,
don't.
you can have women who are like that, who are who serial fornicate like that or whatever. So I
I
wouldn't
don't.
put it past them.
I don't agree with the under the radar part because you will notice as a man. You
There's
will
signs.
notice.
There's
Bro,
always
let me
signs.
run
It's
this,
always signs.
bro,
Y'all might think we don't notice these signs,
We
but we
bro,
just
low
don't.
key do.
bro. Let me run this story by you, right?
Just ask.
Let me run this story by you. I might have told it before too. My boy at this job I was working at, right? He was telling me that his sister was married. You know how she was cheating on her guy? She would go to the grocery store today, leave everything in bags, put it in her refrigerator at her homegirl's house. So the next day when she's supposed to meet up with dude, she would say, I'm going to the grocery store. Go do whatever blase blah with dude. Come back 3, 4 hours later. Come back in the house with the bags. Dude is like, yo, what's going on? Whatever. Yo, I went shopping. What the hell? Here's the receipt. How many of us look at the receipt, the dates, and all the details?
A
We just
jealous
look,
dude
oh,
would. I
we just
wouldn't.
look,
Some of
oh,
us, some men, not all.
yes.
Some.
But if
Yeah.
you know your man, you know you can get away with that if they're the type that don't pay attention to detail. Women
Fact.
pay attention to these things. You get what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
but
what I'm saying. You women can be like loosey goosey and not be invested in the man, whatever.
but you will feel the disconnection or that vibe with cheating because your woman, if she's sleeping with another dude or your dude is sleeping with another woman, they're not gonna want to be around you as much to have like intercourse or whatever. Something's
If they
always gonna
wanna,
be
if they
thrown
wanna
off.
hide it, if they
But
wanna hide it, why not?
but you do have women who are able to do that. That's what I'm saying. You do have women who are able to like I understand what
Still,
you're saying. I'm not saying I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is as much as you say yes, they won't want to, you still will have that one or two that are able to do so.
all right.
That's true.
That's what I'm
I,
saying. You know what
I I
I'm
know
saying?
one. So that's true.
It's just like how we say guys could have sex, whatever, and they go about their business. No, there's some guys who, when they have sex, whatever, um, for them, they feel like distraught or like, oh my God, how could I have done this? You get what I'm saying? Like, so person to person, it could be different. Or you get somebody who they do have sex with that woman, they are emotionally invested, and now they start shunning their significant other. But
Facts.
on average, it doesn't happen. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying I disagree with you. I agree with you 100%. But the comment she's made, I can agree that there's a few that are like that.
Okay.
Exactly.
But that comment sounded like it was more than just 2 out of like.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I perceived it. So
I dig
if you
it.
guys have a different take, go ahead. Like, but
No,
I'm
no,
just,
no, no. I agree
No,
with
no,
what you said.
I hear what you're saying.
yeah.
I
All
agree.
right, exactly. Women are expendable. I don't believe like, okay.
No.
I guess we're talking about two different themes here because, like I said, if you're talking about people who are just doing whatever they want to do, yes, the man is expendable or the woman is expendable. And that broad statement, you can look at women find men expendable because they'll find a man to take them out to dinner, don't sleep with them, but keep them rolling on a string. Oh, yeah, I'm not at that point yet. Just keep them rolling just to keep getting them benefits. Or you got women, hey, bring me over some food, whatever. When you come over, I'll let you hit. Then when you get over there with the food or whatever, oh, nah, something came up. I got to go. So women find men expendable too.
More. I think more.
Matter of fact, I had a homegirl.
Wow.
I had a
That made me
homegirl
mad.
who was on that wave. She had a list, right?
Uh-huh.
It was Domino's. It was shopping.
Mhm.
It was in that exact order.
Yeah.
Like,
So
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. So women make it seem as though like they do nothing wrong, but yes, men are expendable to women too.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So that's a broad statement. I respect it 100%, but let's not act like men are not expendable to women too. So
And we gotta admit the fact it's easier for a woman to go out there and grab a dude than it is for a dude to go out there and grab
Of course.
yeah,
a woman. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's a fact. Everybody
women-
should be able to agree.
Women control the gateway to sex. Men control the gateway to marriage.
Exactly.
Facts.
That's how that works.
Walls, pull that up. Erica Brown's comment. That's why I said cheaters.
I'm way down in the bottom. It's because like I'm trying to catch up. Yeah.
I can't move mine. So
Okay. This one right here.
that's why.
That's why cheaters become liars because you have to lie to cover your track. How can I ever trust that person again? You start questioning their every move.
She's
Again.
incorrect.
Huh? Go on.
No, even a one-time off, like a one-off. Because with my one-off, I didn't lie about it. I was honest about it. But you don't have to lie. We're not talking about serial cheaters, because serial cheaters will lie unless you're just that like, I don't know. But serial cheaters do that. We're talking about one-offs. One-off, they don't have to lie to you. They may they'll probably tell you they did it because they're feeling terrible. Like
The guilt.
some of them feel terrible, and the others just like, dang, I shouldn't have. So it's one-offs. Yeah. I don't agree with that comment. How y'all feel?
I could agree with that. But like I said, it depends on the circumstances you're talking about and the thing that we're talking about. I don't believe it's a lying thing because I feel that person is genuinely remorseful, man or woman, for their actions. And now they're looking, how can we fix this, salvage this, and move on from there? So, like I said, it all depends on the narrative that you're talking about. But for the narrative that we're talking about, I don't believe lying is in the equation of it.
No, and with Simone, the reason why not just leave instead of cheating is because sometimes it's the emotion you're feeling at that moment where you've had a lapse in judgment. You did something you've done something you shouldn't have done, and it's like that was a one-off. It's not a matter of I was thinking about it and I was plotting and it was all premeditated. Nah, it was just a lapse in judgment. Females throw themselves at guys because they know if they know you're involved, they throw themselves at you.
That is a fact.
Right? And it makes it so much harder because they're trying to compete with what you have at home, who doesn't know they're in a competition. So if I don't know I'm in a competition and you're competing with, so it's hard for us because it's like, dang, she's trying too hard. So I don't know. I don't agree with that either.
Nah, but y'all gotta understand, like when as soon as a man gets in a relationship, yo, your DMs, your Facebook be lit.
Yo, this
Right?
got
That's
this
crazy.
got to be the best comment of the day. Black
Black
women
women don't
don't cheat. We have relationship enhancers.
Not even y'all have
Yeah,
entanglement.
that's
That's what
what's
that's
up.
all that shit.
I like that comment too. That was
Wow.
that was a
Nice.
good. All right, so do y'all want to open up the phone lines and everything like that, so if people could call in? I mean, we still got the two other questions. Do y'all want to tackle them quickly and then we open up the phone lines and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we could either or. It's
All right. All right, we'll open up the phone lines if people want to call in and stuff like that, but we'll jump into the next two questions. All right. So, do you think cheating happened more with younger folks or older folks?
You know, I'm gonna say the younger generation more so,
Definitely, I could agree.
because that's when your hormones is at its wildest, and that's when you're young, so you just want to experience life. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
I believe for men especially,
Yeah,
they're younger because
especially college days.
men have to earn their sexual value because men don't come out the gate able to get some boom boom.
That's facts. Facts.
They
Look,
don't.
look,
They gotta
look,
earn it. You get what I'm saying?
look, and especially when it comes to having sex. Like
Yeah,
we
that's
need
what I'm
that
saying.
experience. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
embarrassing. It's embarrassing saying you're a virgin as a guy. Like
Yeah.
you try your hardest, and you're
Yeah.
scared. So
Yeah, they like you. Yeah, like you. But it's crazy though. Like that's the same thing for women too, though.
Yeah.
You
That's
know what I
true.
mean? Remember, guys used to look forward to like, yo, man, this woman's a virgin. Now, a guy meet a virgin. It's like a virgin. Yeah, I don't think I want to go that route with the virgin. You get what I'm saying?
yo,
That's how that be.
I said that to wifey the other day. Wow.
But yeah,
Back in the day, it used to be like that, but now,
yo, it got to be the younger folks because now they smashing like in middle school.
some
Yo.
middle schools have daycares for freaking children.
Yo,
Like I
when
was
when I was in high school, only certain people was getting the cookie. It was a handful of few people that the most you get, like the boys' conversation was, yo, did you get to second base? Yeah, man. And you know what's crazy? Whenever we would talk about, yo, I fingered her. Word is born. Yeah, you got that off. No, she got off. You didn't get that.
Word is bond. We didn't know though.
We didn't know. That was
She
just that
got her
thing.
rocks off. What did you get off? You didn't get nothing. What moisture on your
Nah.
finger?
I felt like I got something though. I got excited.
Okay, but at the end of the day, who most likely
Oh, of course.
one off?
Of course.
Yo, just like going to parties, like this was what changed my perspective on parties, whatever. I go to a party, ride on some buns, get hard. I bet, yo, you got hard? Yeah, all right, let's go to the next one.
Word is bond.
You was thoroughly giving yourself blue balls at the end of the day. Like, you was thoroughly setting yourself up for blue balls.
With the windbreakers on. Wow.
Yeah, me and my boy, we was the king of windbreakers.
That's why I said I wasn't gonna put your name on it.
The white
He ain't
clear
talking
ones,
about me.
too.
He ain't talking about me.
Whoa, I wasn't gonna put your name on it, but it was you.
Yep. Yo, you gonna see
Smart.
this imprint.
I got it from you. They told me, it was like, whoa. I'm like, word?
Yo, because it was funny, right? Every time me and my boys was going to parties, we had windbreakers. So one time, one of my other boys stopped me and was like, why are y'all wearing windbreakers to every party? We're like, do it and find out.
All right.
And then we saw your man at every party with windbreakers on. Like, yeah, you joining the windbreaker clan, huh?
Trendsetters.
But yeah, sex is sex in the younger generation. And the thing is, with the music that goes on nowadays, everything is sexualized. So when these kids see it, it's easy to, sway a child thinking that it's okay because they're young. You get
And
what I'm saying?
they had porn in their hands at all times.
Exactly.
All times.
Facts.
TikTok pretty nasty.
I agree. All right, so we all agree that it's the younger generation or whatever. All right, so the next the next one is, do you think flirting is cheating?
That depends.
You know,
On what exactly?
It depends if it leads you to a situation where you gotta strongly reject that other person you was flirting with. Because if you got to keep doing that, one time it's gonna be like, you're gonna be in an argument with wifey, and it's gonna be like, I'm not even pushing this away, and it was your flirting got you into that. So I think in that situation, it could happen. Don't do it. But if you're just flirting, like just like how you doing this, and
Yeah.
just keeping it stepping, that's cool. Like when I go to ShopRite, I'm doing that with everyone. I'm being polite to everyone, and that is flirting. But if it's leading to things, or it can lead, it can lead to things, that's wrong.
Before
yeah.
you give your talking point, Ray, do anybody want to tackle this? Because Tia said, I think older married men cheat more.
Nah, nah, nah. I don't think so.
Then the kids,
Yeah,
Then college kids? Are
I
you
don't,
kidding me?
I don't think so.
That college body count is so real in 1
Yeah,
week.
I gotta disagree with that.
Yeah, no. I gotta disagree with
Because
that.
the older married couples, especially when we're talking like the 40 and up club, a lot of them are pretty much established and happy with their situation, so to speak. So
Exactly.
it's like they've been there, done that, and they realize the core values of what it is to have that person and keep that person, happy or whatever. Now that's the core value of the person that actually. And we're not talking about a person who was like forced into marriage. We're talking about a person who like willingly wanted to marry that woman, so to speak. So I think the man and the women tend to hold on to their core values more.
And,
Now,
and, and you gotta think about it. When you get to a certain age, you want security and love and stuff. So you're not looking to cheat like that. Now, given there are some men and women who look for a younger partner because their older partner can no longer perform or for emotional reasons. That's a given.
but but
see,
can we get the stats on that though? Because I don't know.
I don't feel that particular number outweighs the college number or
No, I'm saying,
or the younger adult number. I really don't.
but a lot of college, they're not involved anymore. When they're in college, they just fornicating. They could do what they want. They're not involved.
Yeah.
you think
So
so?
that's what I would think. I would think the numbers is different. Like when you're
Yeah.
young, you get a
Even if,
girlfriend, you hold her down. You know that you hold her down. You're not thinking about cheating because you got a girlfriend. You about to start bragging. And
yeah,
when you're in college, you know what? I don't. If you're with someone, yeah, you probably. I don't know. You probably cheating, but most likely you're not. If you're like
Yeah.
away in college, where
Because
you're
I
getting
don't know.
your roommates or your
you don't think so?
When I look at that 20 to 30-year-old bracket, man, these people are in relationships and they're doing them. And I don't know, man. Like even when I looked at like I forgot what while y'all give y'all points, I'll try and bring it up. But when you look at the statistics as far as like the 20 to 30-year-old whatever,
Okay.
they're the ones who are more so cheating as opposed to then the older crowd or whatever. But I'm gonna let y'all talk while I look up the stats real
Well,
quick.
right. I'll ask you if 50% of marriage ends in divorce, cheating got to be a large portion. And if we're gonna say 50% men, 50% women, whatever, we know. We know.
Look, if 50% of marriages end in divorce, I'm gonna say 25% the cause will be cheating.
It's
I'll give
cheating.
you that. The other 25%, it can be other reasons. It can be kids involved. It could be arguments. It could be domestic
Fact, but
violence.
25% I'm saying is a lot.
Yeah, I understand that. But compare that to the
In college.
number of young adults between like the 20s and 30 area.
I know. I'm thinking about it. That's when you have fun.
That number is way higher than that 25% of divorces. I'm telling you.
No, that's true. When you think about it, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Wait,
Well, actually, you know what?
Okay, so it says this. I'm reading this from ifstudies.org. It says the figure above indicates the gender gap varies by age. Among married adults aged 18 to 9. Women are slightly more likely than men to be guilty of infidelity. 11% versus 10%. Let me share this so that y'all can see the screen or whatever. Share screen, Chrome tab. All right, now let me enable it. All right, so right there, women are slightly more. Let me highlight what I'm reading. Women are slightly more likely than men to be guilty of infidelity, 11% versus 10%. But this gap quickly reverses among the ages 20 to 30. Well, that's just talking about the different age groups. Women ages 30 to 34 and grow wider in adult age group. Infidelity for both men and women increased during the Middle Ages. Oh, so Tia was right on that. Women in their 60s report the highest rate of infidelity, 16%, but the shares go down sharply among women in their 70s and 80s. By comparison, the infidelity rate among men in their 70s is the highest, 26%. It remains higher than ages 80 or older, 24%. So yeah, Tia may have a point. She's saying that yeah, she has a point that she feel older, statistically older people cheat more than younger people. All right, so yeah, that was a good point, Tia. Good point. Good point. But with well, it's no way to argue numbers or whatever. So all right, so yeah, Tia, kudos to you. She get that. She definitely got that one.
We give you
All
that wing off the shoulder.
Yeah, you definitely got that. Bravo. Good one. Yeah. Where is it? Let me see. Do I have the? No, I don't have it. I was gonna give the clapping.
Oh, the clapping.
Yeah, the clapping sound or whatever. All right, but yeah, good point. All right, so yeah, Ray, you could give your point on. Do you think flirting is cheating?
I'm gonna say harmless flirting, not really, but if it's intentional flirting, yeah, especially if you know you in a relationship or committed relationship with a person.
All right, I would say if it's just words, exchange of words, I don't think so. But if it goes to, like you say, touchy feely, and things of that nature, then yeah, I'll say that is classified as cheating or whatever. But if it's just flirting, giving comments here and there, like stuff like that, I don't see. If it gets to the point that you have to beat a woman off with a stick, so to speak, or beat a guy off with a stick, so to speak, or they have the intentions of thinking, hey, I can sleep with you, or whatever the case may be, then that's when I say it's a little bit too much there. That's what I think.
So wifey, you said the words don't matter. If she was like, "Dang, I see that bulge," like the mailman just walked by, she's like, "Ooh, I see that bulge." You be like, "That's nothing."
For me, no.
Yeah.
For me, no. I'm a different cat, yo.
But why is it nothing to you?
Yo, put it like this, yo. I remember, right, when I was living with my roommate, whatever, right, and I was living with my significant other, right. She went to go get pizza or something like that, right. And my boy who was living with us, he was like an hour and a half went by. So he was like, "Yo, man, what's up? Like, didn't she go get pizza?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. Like, what the hell? We hungry here, whatever. Taking all this time to get pizza."
Hungry
He's
hippos.
He's like, "Yeah, I feel you, man. She's taking a long time. She might be doing something." I said, "I don't give a damn about that. Come bring the pizza so we can eat and go do whatever the hell you want to do."
No, I get that.
I'm like, think about our hunger. What the hell? So that's what I'm saying. I'm a different cat because I don't have time to worry about what you're doing, who you're doing. That's just me. I don't have time to worry about that. And
that's different, though. But that's different than someone making a statement like that. That shows
just like if we're at a club and she's gyrating on somebody, I can care less.
Yeah, but that's different. You're at the club, you know what you're going there for. But you're saying this in front of somebody. That's
so what's the difference of if I'm riding and I'm like, dag, babe, she got a big ass, or dag, her ass is fat.
But
If I
that's
can't have that,
that's
if I
what
can't,
you went there for. Like,
but listen,
mhm.
here's my take. If I'm
Okay.
with you and I can't have that connection where we can speak about things like that and not act upon them, what are we doing here?
Granted,
Because at the
I
end of the day,
agree.
at the
Granted,
end of the
granted.
day, that person is supposed to be your best friend as well. So
Hmm.
as a best friend, we should be able to talk about any and everything and not feel some type of way about it.
Granted.
So
Sure,
that's
yeah, but I agree with that. But what I'm trying to say is for somebody to do that, let's talk about somebody who's not on the same level as you with that, where
Mhm.
she just makes a statement like that. That's disrespectful. I can't
See,
have a woman walk by and I say, "Dad, she got a fatty." That's come on. That's kind of rude to my other half. That's rude. You don't think so at all?
number one, if we're not serious like that, I definitely
Oh
wouldn't
no,
give.
come on. You
You know
know.
what I'm saying? I definitely wouldn't give a damn. But if we're like I said, if we did get serious like that, then I already know your demeanor. I already know what type of person you are, and I know
Facts.
that yes, you can. What is the difference of you and your significant watching porn, and she's like, "Dang, yo, his joint is rocking,"
But that's
or if
what
you
you're
watch
watching
it,
it for.
doesn't matter.
But
No, but it
he's saying though, like what's like
was
even
it.
if you, yeah, because it. I mean, if you out in public and what if she said the same thing? What's the difference between there and
Yo,
Exactly.
and I'm gonna
Because
be real.
because
I
you're saying
personally wouldn't care.
because you're saying that's porn, but guess what? That same porn artist she could run into in the street for all you know. So what's the
Yeah.
difference between the mailman or the porn person? You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, for me, I just have other things to worry about than that type of stuff. And I'm thick skinned, stuff like that. That's just me. Stuff like that don't bother me.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying. As far as feeling insecure, yeah, yeah, but you're disrespecting me in front of a man who don't notice. If it's a porn, that's different. But you're disrespecting me in front of him. He may now think I'm something I'm not. He may think this is I could catch him slipping easy because he weak. And it's like, why you even put that on me?
You're
Don't
talking
even,
about she says that to the guy.
yeah, like
yeah, and she
yeah.
says that to the guy while you're present.
Like he's right there. He just came on your door, open, like handing you the mail, and she's like, "Hey, you got a nice balls." I'm not talking about just you and her. Who cares? You can say what you
I see
want,
what you're saying.
but I'm talking about
Yeah,
with him right there.
For something like that, like I said, again, it really wouldn't bother me because I'm the type of person where if I see a chick that got a fat ass and I'm like, damn, you got a fat ass or something like that, and if my significant other is there,
Okay.
I feel well. I don't know if it would bother her or not, but for me, if that was something that she did, it wouldn't bother me. And I know me, I wouldn't be like, I would turn and be like, yo, babe, dang, she got a fat ass. But I wouldn't directly go to the person and be like, yo, she got a fat ass, whatever. But I don't know. I guess then again, I got to look at the dynamic of what you're saying because we're talking about in a flirting situation.
I feel
So
I,
in a flirting situation, for her, as far as her standards, that's I don't know. That might set the bar. That might set the bar a little low, or whatever. But I don't know because think about it, man. When I don't know when think about when you flirt, like what type of things that you might have said to a woman and thought nothing of it, so to speak, and there was nothing behind it.
Yeah,
You
but
know
I'm
what?
not gonna flirt and say like you got nice cheeks. I'll flirt in the sense of, oh, I see you got your hair done, looking nice, something like that. I'm not
That's
flirting
true.
saying you got.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
okay.
So you would have never say like say let's just say for the sake of argument, right?
Mhm.
If you have a girl that like you're cool with, that's your homegirl, whatever, and she come out with her chest all perky, and you like, dang, like yo, you boobylicious today, like yo, you got your titties all like pow, whatever. You get what I'm saying?
I feel you. I
He's rough in the hard
do
place.
that
Or
because that
or
friend would knows nothing. But with her there, nah, because she would think like she
She
feel
would think that
insecure.
you
Like
sleeping
she
with
think
the
her
friend or
boobs is
something.
better than mine,
I
and it's
get what
like,
you're saying.
oh God.
I get what you're saying. Well, I mean, I guess in a sense, since you break it down like that, okay, I can give it to y'all where flirting can can be considered as some form of cheating. But I don't know. For me, it doesn't bother me. I can see how a person can take it as a form of cheating or whatever, but for me, it really just doesn't bother me.
I feel as though you know what that's a conversation you have with the person you're with. What's
Mhm.
okay, what's not okay. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah,
Would you
definitely.
would you feel comfortable if a chick walked by and I said, "Oh, she got a fat ass, babe. Look at that." Like you know what I'm saying? That's a conversation you should have with your person you're with.
Oh, you like we should? Yeah, we probably should talk about that. Do you like that? Would
Right.
that make you feel true?
Hold
Right.
on. Tia said Wally is looking at it one sided. No, I'm not looking at it one sided. I specifically said I can see how a person can see it as cheating. But for me, on my end, I don't view it as that. So, in other words, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna just blatantly be like, yo, to somebody, yo, you got some big titties, whatever. If I know my significant other doesn't like that, I'm not gonna do that. But if she turn around and do something like that, it's not gonna bother me. See,
Well, so
yeah. But no, what I was gonna say is people think just because something is not my cup of tea, then it's automatically not supposed to be your cup of tea also. It doesn't work that way. Just because it's not my cup of tea doesn't mean that it's your cup of tea. So I can respect not to do that for you, whatever. But if you turn around and do it, I'm not gonna hold that for ammunition and be like, yeah, you remember when you said that? So now that means I owe you. No. If that's not your cup of tea, I'm not gonna do that. But if you turn around and do it, I'm not going to hold that against you. So I'm not seeing it as a one-sided thing or not seeing a person's perspective. What I'm saying for me is that doesn't affect me. But at the same time, I can understand it being offensive to somebody else.
Strategic brings up a good point. He said, "A woman
that's a
like when
fact.
a man at least pretends to be jealous every now and then. That is a fact.
That is true. And you know what? I think that was like something that like was very bad with me in a lot of relationships because it come off as you don't care. But I'm just like, no, it's just the fact that I'm
It don't
just
bother me.
If
you
the
know
cure
what
was
I'm
yours,
saying? Yeah. So that's what it is. So I understand where it can come from, but that goes into a person knowing you also. You get what I'm saying? So
but see
that's
that's the part they didn't understand. You had Wallace, you left this out where you would know your woman. You would know like
Exactly.
Mhm.
she's only joke like she's not serious. She ain't gonna try to go get him. She's joking
Yeah.
like you can joke like that. So yeah,
That's
and
that's the
that
part of knowing your partner.
facts in that
Exactly.
sense, of course, it's not bad. Like in that sense,
That's why
but
I
if it,
say.
Mhm.
That's why I said you gotta have that communication. You gotta be like, okay, is this all right to say? You know what? You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
communication. Know the boundaries. That's all.
No. Hey, if
Nah,
anybody
I don't want
want
no
to
jealous
chime
woman.
in, if anybody want to chime in, go ahead. The phone number is right there, and you can text if you want to be in the live, or you can call. So, all right. So let me see, because I know I'm y'all can talk whatever. I'm just gonna go through the comments and see if there was
Right,
anything we
you
missed.
agree? She's
What?
Simone said men want a woman who's jealous also. Like you want a jealous shorty?
Nah, because that just leads to
Wow.
problems.
I don't
Nah,
Yeah, I
want
would.
none of that.
nah. I want you to be look. If I'm with you, and we have the understanding where we could talk about stuff like that, right? If I be like, babe, look, that chick got a fat ass. I want you to be like, nah, that shit not perfectly shaped. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want you to make fun of it. Like,
That
I
is
want
true. That
I
is
want you
true.
to be like, yo, one ass is lopsided, the other is perfect. Like that's how.
But you talking perfect now. Like
Yeah, that's true.
No, I'm saying,
That's
but that
true.
like I want you to be able to like I don't want it to be a serious thing. Like I want it to be laughable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Like like
facts. Yeah,
like let's have fun with it. Like
that's
some
true.
random dude walks in and his pants is baggy. Like let's crack some jokes on him. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
but I dated someone who would tell me. She would tap me and be like, Dad, you see those like she got a nice and she would feel comfortable about that. And I'm like, that made me feel comfortable too. Like, you're right. So I
So
love it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It
That's
was
her comfortability. It's all about
confident.
comfortability. Like what
Yeah.
are they comfortable with at the end of the
Yeah.
day?
I can agree with that. I
No,
can.
Simone, all men don't want that. We don't want jealous women. You know why? You know why
Nah.
I say that? Because the jealous women turn to paranoid women, and paranoid women be on that pull up at 2 a.m. drama. Like, we
And
don't
they
want that.
become crazy women. Yeah, it's mad.
Nah, that's not for us.
See, I think men like a little bit of jealousy to show, I think some men like a little bit of it, but not that psycho where you
That's
at, where
what
you
she
at.
just said. Not
Yeah,
crazy, Joe.
I don't,
Yeah.
That is a big difference.
That
I still don't know if I like the other one neither.
the
Like
romantic jealousy where it's like your mind type of,
no,
you
like
know.
that. I like that. Like you should feel special. But are we talking about like checking the phone is still the
all right,
like
let me break it down like this.
nice?
For you, JR,
Yeah,
as far as like needing, like, do you want a woman to have that slight jealousy? Do you want that woman to like reaffirm you on things? Like, do you want her to be clean? Like, what are the things that like you find attractive when it comes to those type of things, like
I
the
don't.
jealous,
I,
clingy, or whatever?
clingy kind of cute. Like where like that's how my wife is. She don't give me time to miss her. But it's annoying, but you like it. Like I like it.
Okay.
So I would say that, but I don't like that jealous. Like there should. I'm giving you 100% like truth and everything. I feel like there's no reason to question me on certain things. It make me feel different, and I don't like it. So
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't even
I,
like the little
What
jealousy.
about you, Ray?
for me, I don't like my woman to be jealous. You know why? Because that shows me that you're insecure about yourself.
That's
Hmm.
And
true.
if you're insecure about yourself, you're always going to be questioning things that shouldn't even be questioned. Especially if I'm giving you 100%, I feel as though, you know, that has a lot more to do with insecurities in the aspect. If you're getting super jealous, right?
Hmm.
If I go to the supermarket and a girl walks up and you're with me and she has a little flirtation or whatever, but she's giving me an item that I asked for. Like let's say she worked at the supermarket, right? There's no reason you should be jealous because at the end of the day, I'm going home with the groceries to you,
Yeah.
like or with you. Like, come on, I don't know. I'm a different breed. Like,
No, but you're speaking
Oh no,
like
we
my
got a phone. We got a
what's
call
up,
in.
Paul?
All right, we got a call from Simone. Hey, Simone.
Simone,
what
what's
it
up?
do?
Hey. All right, so you got something you got to say or opinion on things?
Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I would love to hear your take on or opinion on everything that we discussed so far.
Okay, so this is how I see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not crazy jealous. Like crazy jealous is going through your phone. Crazy jealous is like asking you questions, what you doing, what you going, where you do this and acting stupid. That's crazy jealous.
Okay.
But jealousy as like, oh, you look cute, look at you, where you going today? It's so handsome. Oh shoot, the girl's gonna you know what I mean?
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
Yeah.
Feel
Okay,
good.
okay. I don't really consider that jealousy though.
Nah, that's
Yeah.
not jealousy.
That's not
cute.
jealousy. That's more of a
Like a playful banter,
playful
so to
banter,
speak.
right? Yeah, that's not
Exactly.
jealousy. That's a playful banter to me.
Yeah, we like.
Okay,
I think
let
we
me
like that.
that's all men want that. If you're in a relationship with somebody and they're going outside or they're being around other person, you're just like whatever, I don't care. They're gonna somehow feel as if why you don't care. You know what I mean?
I get
What are you? You know
yeah.
what I mean? What you
So,
doing? Because
so
I've had people come to me and said that their husbands feel like they're cheating on them because they don't take time to do that. So I just feel like, you know what, hey, make him feel a little bit good about himself. Just like how men do the same thing to us.
That's true.
You know
I
what I
guess
mean?
it depends on the
So,
individual too, because like me, I'm a person where I don't really need that confirmation or whatever, or that jealousy. Now, if every now once in a while, like I don't know, say like if I went to drop you off at work or whatever, and you say something along all the lines when I drop you off. I don't be talking to no other bees out there, jokingly, whatever. I appreciate that, like every once in a while. But if I see it becomes a habit and it's like, okay,
I'm trying
are
to tell
you
you
like, joking
joking,
or
or are you
you
are
showing
you
me a
actually
real side of
serious?
fakeness?
Jealous. That
Yeah,
becomes the crazy
yeah,
jealous.
yeah.
Like I'll just be like, oh, look at you. I love that kid. Tell that kid girl crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And then leave it alone.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
Let,
laugh.
listen,
it's a
But
thin
when you
line
go
though.
like to the extreme, like,
listen, listen, listen.
Now that's crazy jealous. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Listen, you guys want to know what the ultimate flirtation is for your husband? Like right before he's about to go out anywhere,
What's that?
you get any type of food, right? You tell
Mhm.
him to sit down, you sit on his lap, and you feed him. That is the ultimate flirtation. Tell me I'm wrong, fellas.
That is kind of awesome. You might make them late to work, but
You know what I'm saying? That is
You know?
that is one of the best flirtations ever.
yeah. All right. So
Yeah, before you leave, or be like, touch him in a certain places. Be like, oh yeah, when you come back, little stuff like that.
He ain't
Because
going to work if you touch him in certain places.
because if you don't give that to a
Yeah.
woman, then they're gonna feel as if they're gonna feel like they want attention, because women we do like the attention, but not too much attention. You understand what I mean?
all right.
And sometimes when you're in a relationship, you don't even want that attention from the person you're in a relationship for, because you feel like, yeah, you love me, whatever. But is that it for me? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they start going out there and they want somebody else to make them say, just, to flirt
That's
with
a
them a
good
little
point.
bit.
All right. I wanna
And-
ask you something. And fellas, like it's not a rebuttal thing. I just want to know your opinion. So the questions that we ask, I want to know your opinion on, do you feel cheating should be the end all be all, and why? Like your take on it.
Me, my thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. That's all. That's it. That's it.
One
Because I can
one
never
time.
trust. And I don't want to be in a relationship where I gotta look over my head and then I'm gonna start looking in your phone, because I don't want to do that. If I shouldn't look in your phone. If I'm looking at your phone, I'm looking at your phone as the pictures you took that day, or I'm looking at your phone because I want to contact somebody from your. I don't want to go through that. If I feel like I have to go through that, then I don't. I like peace. I don't want to come home and think that there's somebody outside in this world that you're giving your attention to, and now I feel insecure, because that's one thing. I don't ever want to feel insecure, right? So if now you showing, like what you mentioned, if you're walking with somebody and you say, oh, that person has a bad, it's not just about a woman understanding you didn't mean it that way, a relationship. It's what that other person feels. Because with women, it's not about what we think, it's what other person thinks. So now the chick is walking around thinking, oh, you want her, whatever, even if you just say that. Just by saying, you look good.
So, well,
Yeah.
That's
I got- hold on.
Ray, don't. It's her opinion on things. We're not trying to.
No, I was
dissect
going to ask a question.
anything.
I was going to ask a question.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask a question. So you say all of this, right? Okay, I hear where you're coming from, and you make a good point. So let me ask you something. Hypothetically speaking, right? If the roles were reversed and you were the one cheating, would you have wanted the man to forgive you?
Nah, because there's a reason why I went that far. With me, it's a reason why I went that far. You could flirt, you could say anything you want, but the moment you go meet up, that's when you know that there's no turning back, because I wouldn't want that.
Even
And if there's a reason why you go out there in the first place, there's something wrong.
Let me.
There's something wrong.
So here's my question. All right. So even if it was you that cheated or somebody else cheated on you, if you was genuinely remorseful for what you did, or that person was genuinely remorseful that they did, you don't feel at least a conversation should be had to find out why did this happen before making such a quick decision?
Okay. If you cheat on me, if a man cheats on a woman, or just let me just put it in my opinion, everyone's different. If you cheat on me, right?
Yeah.
And I end up forgiving you, I don't think I'm ever gonna be faithful like that.
Okay.
I'm not. Like, I'm gonna forgive you and be like, yeah, I love you. Mm-hmm. But now you're not gonna get what you had before. You're not gonna get 400, because now I'm gonna always think that in my head. It doesn't matter, remorseful. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. How do I know that you're not, that feeling that you had to make you go out there? How do I know that that's not gonna come back one day? I don't know that.
All right. So here's my last question on that topic. If that person showed like 100%, let's just say you decided to stick with that person, right? 2-3 years down the line, they never showed you any wrongdoing. They was 100%. You had access to all their stuff. They showed not one sign of any form of infidelity or any interest or desire of infidelity. Do you believe that y'all can get back to that point of where everything is
I
100?
probably can't.
Wait,
I probably can't.
Walls, let me ask you one question.
Yeah.
Simone, are you in a relationship?
Yeah, I'm married.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, then he's
Nice. That's
he's a
beautiful. Yeah.
10
stellar
years.
man.
10 years in December.
That's beautiful. Congratulations.
Nice. How long? Wait, how long she said?
10 years.
10 years in
10
December.
years.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
It's a
Awesome.
long time.
Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, all right.
And
I like it.
Now, what was you about to say, Simone?
I was gonna say, and it's not easy. You know what I mean? But
Oh yeah, it's work.
relationships are complicated. Being faithful,
Mm-hmm.
being honest, having communication should not be complicated. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To ask somebody for attention, that shouldn't be complicated. Because a man if a man loves you sincerely, he's gonna be with you.
Mm-hmm.
If not, he's gonna always go out there. And then women get insecure because they feel like it's me. It's not you. It's them because there's nothing you could do. Because if they had it in their head, like in the beginning of the relationship, you should have put your foot down. If you let them go away around things and think, oh, it's cute, but he coming home to me, I don't believe in that. Oh, he coming home to me, but he with you. Nah. He can stay where he's at. You know what I mean?
Yep,
But
I agree.
I just feel like if once that's gone, it's going to be hard to come back because I'm not the same person.
That's facts. That's true. I could agree with that.
Wait, what makes it difficult though is sometimes women aren't direct speakers. They will.
Nah, don't.
Of course not.
Listen,
Don't say
You
that.
know what? We give you guys, we give men too much. You know what it is with women? And I'm not picking up the women. I know we a whole bunch of problems, okay? But the thing is, some women, we expect too much from you guys. We expect you guys to know what we're talking about. I'm like that. I may say no, but I mean yes. I may say yes, I mean no. Right?
Mhm.
I may say I don't want that when I really do. That's just how we are. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, do you want to deal with that as a man? It's up to you.
That's
But
true.
if you choose to deal with it, that's how I'm going to be forever.
That's true.
So you can't come in and then change me. Just like if I met you under certain circumstances, I can't just think now I'm the greatest woman in the world and you're going to change because I'm the greatest woman in the world. That don't make no sense because you are who you are. I don't want you to change who you are.
I
To
agree
me,
with
because
that
it would be
100%.
real.
I agree with
You
that
know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
You know how I say, I don't want you to do it. I don't want to tell you to do it. I want you to want to do it.
Yeah.
As crazy as it may sound, it makes sense.
You share the same core value that I do because that's the way I see things, like 100%.
Yeah.
That's the way I see things.
So wait, Walls, you think even though she said she is confusing to the guy, she said that she'll say yes when she mean no, even though she's confusing, she should hold no accountability for pushing him towards
because if
She should hold none?
they met and this was established and you have an understanding of it, then that's for you to decide, is this something that I can roll with or if this is something I can't roll with.
Yes.
So
And
get
Now,
into the
now, if
so
I start,
no, go on, Simone.
now, if I started off as like, oh my gosh, and and everything's great, and then all of a sudden I hit you 2 years down the line, and then now you looking at me like I'm crazy. That's my fault.
Exactly.
Because I perpetrated somebody that I'm not to
Mhm.
get into a relationship with you. Just like men.
Mhm.
They're the sweetest men because they want to get where they want to go. But the moment you see that, but see, some women, they feel like they don't see the psycho men. They see little things, but they be like, oh, that's cute. Oh, he kind of got, but that's cute. Oh, he only doing that because he love me. Oh, he only doing that because of this. And then the moment when things get real and you want them to stop, you want to change them, and they be like, this is who I am. And then they go out there. Right?
I could agree with that.
Mhm.
That you make some good you make some very good points. I like your take on things.
Yeah, I
Definitely
mean,
like it.
women are complicated. We are complicated. We know we complicated. We're not perfect. Women is just as much to blame for relationships as men. That's just how it is because we have our responsibilities as women, and then I grew up double standards. So I don't believe in, oh, well, a man could do it, we could do it too. I didn't grow up that way. I'm a girl, you a guy. Why would you want to be, like how some women say, when men cheat, when men do it, why we have all of this women power and women could do everything that men do? Why do you want to choose that as cheating to do that? Why do you want to choose that as to do that? How about men working hard and men doing something else? I want to be like a man because a man does this. Why is it because, well, men cheat all the time? Well, men be sleeping around all the time. I want to do that. No, you a woman. It's not going to, in the real world, we would like that, but it's not going to be that way when you go out there. You're going to be a whore. You're going to be everything you want to be because that's just the world that we live in. As much as you want to say you want to go out there and sleep around like a man and then still come back and be a woman, it's not the same way because
Doesn't work.
yeah,
Doesn't work.
you're a woman.
So pretty much in that sense, you believe wholeheartedly in double standard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up that way.
Yeah.
I
And
do
now-
too. Nice.
You said what, JR?
No, I grew up like that too, and I agree with
Yeah.
it. Like,
Yeah,
But-
I agree.
That's how I want my daughter to see it.
nice.
I can't do this. I can't do that because he's a boy. He's a boy. You're a girl. It's different. I know it's wrong, but this is the world. It shouldn't be like that. I'm not going to have my child say, you could do anything a man could do. You could run as fast as a man. You could accomplish stuff. I'm not going to make you feel like you're choosing the worst thing. That we complain that we want a man to be faithful, and we complain we want a man to be all these things. And then we turn around and say, well, if they do it, we could do it. Like, that's confusing.
That's true.
Like,
That's
I
true.
believe in all these people when they say, oh, women's rights and feminists and all this stuff. Yeah, I get it. But you know what? In the real world, it doesn't work that way. They're in this fantasy world. And it's not that way. It doesn't work that way. Because you're a girl and I'm a guy. And they're not going to look, the world's not going to look at me till as a woman after I do that. They're not. Just like how these women that's sleeping around with the celebrities, everybody's a whore, but when the men do it, that's just life. It's wrong, but that's just the way it is.
Facts.
I agree. 100%. I agree. Yeah, that was some very good points that you dropped. That was some very good points that you dropped. And I definitely respect your opinion. I agree with pretty much, I say mostly everything you said. I agree with it. Or what about you guys? Do y'all agree with pretty much everything Simone said, or?
The only thing I'd have to say is just I would want my daughter to believe she can do anything. I would have to just push back on that. I want her to know she can do everything.
Again, believe everything positive. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Accomplish goals.
Then I agree with you.
The man do not come and then say, I choose that. I choose that to be a man. And I'm only talking about sleeping around and living your life. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not being positive. I'm saying choose good things that men do. Choose the other stuff that you want to be. I want to accomplish this just like my brother did. I want to accomplish this even bigger. You could do that.
Yeah.
But don't choose that.
Nice.
Don't choose that.
See, the way I see it, it's certain aspects that a man can say, yes, this aspect of things that women have, like their drive, stuff like that, I want to also do that. Just like a woman could be like, hey, for this man, whatever, his strength to persevere, if she want to be an athlete, let's just say, his strength to persevere and do his training or whatever, I want to have that same aspect. So it's different values that you can take from the opposite sex, but it doesn't mean take every single thing and say, I want to be exactly what this person is. Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Hear.
Yeah,
That's what
she's
I
saying.
see on TV.
Yeah.
I like that point.
Every time you turn around, oh, men do it all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does that mean? So you have to do it now to make yourself feel better?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, make yourself feel better.
And what people don't realize that, like, certain things and aspects that you take from the opposite sex, it kind of devalues your self-worth. Yeah.
I'm a business person. I have my own business. I'm very successful in what I do, and I help my husband in everything that he's successful in, and he's a business owner. And I feel like I could do anything that he could do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even better. But I'm not gonna go out there as if he cheats on me, and then I'm gonna go cheat on him and go. No, I'm just gonna be like, okay, that's something that you did. I'm moving on because guess what? I got my own stuff. As women, we have to have our own, so we don't have to be stuck in a relationship where we're not happy because of a man's finances. Get your own.
Mm-hmm.
Why, if you don't have it and you decide to be in a relationship, don't be behind him. Don't sit down there and he's accelerating, he's at work, and you're just sitting there. And then when the time comes and he go out there and he's cheating, you can't say nothing because y'all got kids and you need his financial support. And now you're miserable. And when you're miserable, the kids are miserable because they see you being miserable. And then everybody sees you being miserable, then they think you're just miserable. And they don't know.
And then the key factor that a lot of people don't think about is as the kids grow up seeing this, they thinking that's how it's supposed to
Think
be.
it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't grow up. My mother always told me, have your own, get your own, have your own. Even if I'm with $1 million, I still want my own because ain't nothing like your own. Because when the time comes, if the day come when he say he cheats, I can say bye, hasta la vista, and I don't have to worry about nothing because I'm good. I have my own. I don't need that. And my kids are going to be good. And our lifestyle will never change because I have my own. I'm not going to sit behind him. I'm not going to sit in front of him. I'm going to sit beside him. I don't want to have his back all the time. I want to be right there. You know? So, because then you get caught up and you get stuck and then you forget who you are. And you're lost.
That's true. That's true.
That's 100%.
Oh, yeah, we could do everything a man could do. And even better. We could do everything I could do and even better. But just know to choose wisely. Because there's no turning back from that.
Wait, I would push back on the even better. I would tell my daughter that, but I wouldn't tell my son. They
Even better.
than us. I wouldn't say that.
Even better.
I feel you. My mother did it nice. Wait, Denise, you're right. You're right. 100%.
Well, I agree 100%. All right. Thank you for voicing your opinion and everything, Simone. I appreciate it because you definitely dropped some good gems.
Sure did.
So
All right.
appreciate you. Thank you for the call.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Have a good night, Simone.
Good night.
You too. You too,
All right.
everybody.
Good
Bye.
night. I was commenting on something Denise said, and I can't access the comments because they leave.
Yeah,
but
she
she's
said,
right.
I don't know if you can put it up.
I'll post it on there. But yeah, everybody that's tuning in, definitely hit the like button. Don't forget to smash that like button. Did you talking about this one? Cheating is an end all.
Yeah.
That one?
Oh, shout out to Denise. She's in the chat.
Yeah, because if the other person isn't able to move on, hey, that's
correct. That's facts.
What Walt is saying though is why not have that conversation? You can even get something out of that you could take to the next relationship.
Exactly.
Because I can understand, like, hey, if it's the end all be all, leave. If you're gonna leave, leave. But all I'm saying is
Before you exit.
Yeah, before you exit. At least have a conversation so you can really identify, was it something I did wrong? You know, was I really like missing something? You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, there's times where you later down the line, you may not even know it, where you're beating yourself up like, Dad, what did I do wrong? Or if you see it's a repeating pattern, you'll stop and think, Dad, what did I do wrong? Like, why am I running into the same pattern, you know, relationship to relationship? So that's why I'm saying, yes, if you're gonna leave, all right, leave. But at least sit down and ask the questions. Get something out.
Or it was a waste. That whole relationship is a waste then. You can't take it. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was definitely a good call. If anybody else want to call in, definitely call in and voice your opinion. So let me see. What was the other comment there? Shout out to K Saeed and Black Sheepdog being in the building. What's good, fellas? All right. So we got Okay, Saeed, women want to keep the double standard going when it's in their favor. If you want to use that, well, men can do this and that. How about doing the crappy jobs men go out and do?
He's not with it.
That's a good point. That's a
good point. But I don't. Yeah. There's certain jobs that women will not do.
But you know that some of them they say they want everything equal, but they won't do that. They won't do a job that we don't want to do, but we just thug it out. They won't do it. So how's that equal? So I feel you.
Yeah. All right. Black Sheepdog said, when men cheat, their children won't respect them as much. Do y'all agree?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Why is that? Why do y'all agree? I would love to hear y'all takes.
Because what you show your child is gonna reflect on their behavior in the future, and also because they're seeing you cheat on
their mother.
on their mother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think it's more so the pain that they see their mothers going through.
exactly.
Right.
I think that's what it is. Because with us men, like if the woman cheat,
Mhm.
men try and hide their pain, so they won't show it like that. Whereas women are more likely to show, their pain like that. All right, we got a phone call.
We got a phone call.
Call
Yes.
from Erica.
All right.
To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Oops. Hello, Erica. Thank you for calling in.
Hey guys,
What would you like?
I got
What-
a problem with that statement about women not taking on crappy jobs.
okay.
How about I work for a company where I got women out there struggling like these men are, moving furniture, picking up junk. So no, it's not everybody in this double standard. I feel like it depends on the woman and what type of job they can or cannot do.
Okay.
I got 7 bodybuilders out here lifting 200 and 300-pound boilers with some of my guys and lifting better than they do.
That's not what I'm talking about, though.
That's true. That's true. I can agree with that because even like when I worked with the sanitation company, you had some women willing to work on the back of the truck. But I guess the pushback that I will say is, yes, that's true for some women. But what about the ones screaming for, to end what's the word I'm looking for? End the double standard, but yet they're not willing to take up those type of jobs. So it's like, yeah, you have an outcry for it, but your actions are showing that you're picking and choosing when you want the double standard
Right.
to stand.
That's what we're talking about.
And like I said, I get wholeheartedly what you're saying, but you can't just be like, oh, just take on these crappy jobs. No, you got women out there. There's women longshoremen out there that fought to become longshoremen.
All
you
right.
got, you have, like I said, I know just me for the type of companies I work for, I got girls out there, slaves. You talking, these chicks been on the road since 7:30 this morning and staying out there and still longer than some of my guys, and I don't hear the complaining from them some days. So, like I said, I get it. You ain't gonna see me out there on no truck. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna do my paperwork and make a phone call. That's what I choose to do because I know what's in my wheelhouse. But you can't always blame chicks for not wanting to take on that stuff. You take on stuff based off of your set of skills or based off of what you were taught growing up. If you grew up in a household where, yes, you can do anything you put your mind to, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. If I want to be an engineer and I want to be in these engineering classes and I'm the only female in them classes, guess what? That's what I'm doing. I did that at NJIT in college, where you very rarely saw a black female in half of my business classes at a tech school, because that's not where you went for, to do that kind of stuff. So yes, I get it's a double standard, but I also feel like I should have that option if that's what I want to do. If I want to be out there with boys, I'm being out there with boys. And sometimes I might be out there being better at doing some of that kind of stuff.
That I can agree. I can agree with that 100% or whatever. But I guess the thing that we're trying to say is, on average, women do not, pick those type of jobs or anything like that. And the thing is that a lot of women feel like they have an out with the situation, because for a man, if we're out there job hunting and everything like that, we're gonna take whatever job that's available if it comes down to, hey, we can't find the particular job that we're looking for. You think men want to be in the warehouse, or you think they want to be restocking at Walmart and stuff? No.
Or picking up garbage.
Yeah, but they're going to take what they can. Now, for women, they got to want to go into that field to do it. But women aren't subject to just take whatever job because that's what's available to them. They'll rather, and I could be wrong, but a lot of women would rather, hey, if I could find a dude to pay this, that, and the third, and I don't got to have no relation with him, whatever, then fine, I'm going to go that route. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. There is men that do that, but men that do that usually have to get into a relationship with the woman to get those benefits. Women have the option of not getting into a relationship, leading the guy on as much as possible, get stuff paid for, and keep it as long as it's going. And once that ends, they'll move to the next one. Men can do it too, like I said, but they have to make that sacrifice of actually getting into a relationship with that woman to get the benefits.
Not necessarily, but can I piggyback on that?
Yeah.
Well, that's not necessarily true, because men definitely do kind of. I have friends that do that. Where back in the day, though, they used to try to string the women along. I'll date you, and they were getting stuff
Yeah,
like gifts,
they do, but that's gifts. We're talking about paying bills,
bills, like
stuff like that.
rent, right?
Like
And gross
you, it can happen with men, but more often than not, women
women.
women have more access to it than men. I'm not saying men don't do it, but women have more access than men.
Facts.
And men would tend to be like, you know what? Let me suck it up and take this Walmart job, or let me take this warehouse job. Let me take this UPS job. They're not like, again, I'm not saying women don't, but on average,
Average.
men are more willing to take those, them crazy heavy jobs as opposed to women.
Wait,
That's
to
what
that
I'm
to
trying
that
to say.
to that point, Erica, I worked with my mother when I was 16 or 15. That was the worst job I've done in my life. And I tell my wife this, I don't know how she did it. She
Yeah,
did it for years. It was at a
yeah,
factory, not knowing if she's like, when's her last day. With me, I knew after the summer I'm never working here ever in my life. With her, she didn't know that. And for me, that I respect her tremendously because of that. But most females, well, I'm trying to say for the average, not doing that. Cause well, no, at that time they was the walls because the whole factory was full of them. And I'm like, I can't do this as a guy.
but you know who the women that are more likely to do that is, I'm sorry to say, but it's like the Hispanic and Latino women.
But
They
you know what?
they
It's
was in
not
there heavy.
so. Like, and I'm thinking just off of my circumstances itself. You're talking, yes, each generation tried to do better than the last. I can remember when my grandmother was working in a factory. She did that because she didn't want my mom working in a factory going forward. So, like, my mom, she went to college, did what she needed to do, figured out what, area she wanted to work in and progressed to be management, which is fine and dandy. But, for my grandmother, yes, you're talking people that are in their 70s and 80s now. So you're talking that's what, late 70s, early 80s. The
Mhm.
jobs for Black people, unfortunately, were working in factories. They were not your nurses. They were your nursing,
Nah.
which to me are harder jobs than the doctors at this point. You had them, some of these women out there doing backbreaking labor. And I'm not saying it's every female or whatever, but yes, it depends on the type of female that you're talking to. Because my thing is, guess what? A female's only going to use somebody for money if somebody is going to give it to them. Hands down. If
Yeah.
you're the type of female who's a go-getter, then no, you are not going, what can I get out of these people? In your mind, you are trying to figure out what can I do for myself to make sure that I'm sufficient.
See, this is
And
this.
it depends on your upbringing. If your parents made sure that you had an upbringing to not have to rely on people, then guess what? 9 times out of 10, when they become an adult, they're not just out there trying to use people.
See,
They're the ones that want to build with their partner, not the ones that want to get what they can get out of this partner and move on to the next.
I want to push back on something you said, because you were saying something of the lines of, women, yeah, they'll look to see if they can get something out of a man or whatever, yada yada, and pretty much that point. This is the point that
Okay,
I got to say, fellas.
that
All right. As far as the women who, look to get stuff, whatever, and if they do, they do, they don't, whatever. Fellas, how many times have y'all been talking to a woman or something via text or phone call, and you'll say something of the lines of something sexually? You'll just throw it out there and throw it as a joke or laughing after. And you're basically fishing for bait. And the minute she take it like, oh yeah, I'm cool with it, that joke basically turns into, oh, I could get some. So now that you got the fish on the hook, now you're gonna see how much you can get out of it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If it turns out that, oh, you crazy or something, or she's like, what do you mean? You like, nah, I was joking. So you basically left an ultimatum. You threw a hook out there and left an ultimatum. So if it goes your way, it works in my favor. If it doesn't go my way, well, I got an excuse.
But that's
And
when
that's what I'm
flirting is
saying.
wrong though.
But
Like
no, but I'm just saying, but I'm not looking in the aspect of flirting. I'm
flirting?
looking in the aspect of women who look for dudes to, pay for their things,
Okay.
whatever. That's a dynamic that they'll go through it. Yes, I understand you get some women who are go-getters, but you also get some women who, they're not looking to do any job because they see they have options of things like that. But this is one thing I will say. Junior, the thing about your mom working in a factory, that is a Caribbean woman. That's something that we must dissect. Just like we say, it's a lot of Latinos and Spanish women
But
working the warehouses.
That's all
That
it
is
was.
that is a different dynamic when you bring something into like the cultural thing into it. Because a lot of, let's think about it. How many black women, are looking at, yes, I'm gonna work in a warehouse if all else fails.
and
It
well,
was
another
only
thing
one
too,
black woman in there.
and another thing too, you gotta look at it at the time frame, because we're not talking about the past. We're talking about the now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
We're
now.
talking about the now. And
Yeah.
Tia actually says a very good point. She says, "I want equality, but I purposely went to college to avoid manual labor."
Well, and that's what I was gonna say too.
Yeah.
See,
Look, I'm gonna tell
her
myself
point
something.
right there just shows the mindset.
And the doors and windows stuff.
She would have
what?
rather.
Because I had a kid. Like,
But
I went and did what I had to do. I graduated college, couldn't find a job in my field, and I went and got a job. If you ain't got no income coming in, you ain't got no unemployment, and if you don't want to deal with the system, you go out there and you go get whatever job you can get at the time until the job that you want lines up.
Oh, okay, but
Yeah.
but that's your mentality. That's not all
Yeah, that's
women
your
mentality. That's
mentality.
not all women mentality.
Mentality is not my
Yeah.
mentality. It is not. But it also depends on the person. And the reason I'm saying this is because, like, yes, when you were saying, hey, you got to distinguish between, Black Caribbeans and this and that. Guess what? I'm not Caribbean at all. Yes, I have Caribbean kids, but that was my mindset. That was the way my family grew up. Yes, me and my mother both went to college. My grandmother did not. But I'm not going to say, I'm not going to humble myself. If I need to go to that warehouse because that's what's hiring at the time and I need to feed my family, I would go out there and feed my family before I start.
No, I understand that, but what we're saying is, let's not act like women believe that they're too good for that type of job. That's what we're
Correct.
saying. Whereas men
And like I
men
said,
will suck it up.
It's not every woman though. You have to.
You know that.
I'm not gonna lie. I would rather, the way that I am, I would rather work than have to deal with a random stranger, aka guy.
You're not the average though.
I just never was like that.
No, trust me, we're not. Don't think of it as we're attacking you. We agree with you 100% with what
Yeah.
you're saying. But what we're saying is, people are acting like, on average, women are electing, if they have nowhere to turn, that they'll take these jobs. A lot of them will find other means on the expense of a man, or whatever the case, or government assistance, or whatever the case. Because here's the reality of the situation. Women can fall on government assistance easier than men. Now, yeah, men can fall on government assistance, but guess what? Most men aren't privy to that information, and they go about getting money by any means necessary, whether it's taking a job that they want, that they don't want, a warehouse job, Burger King, whatever the case may be. Men are more subject to do those things as opposed to women. That's what we're saying. We understand there's women that will do what they got to do, but we're talking on average. What does the numbers say? That's what we're saying.
And then I guess my thing is, yes, people want to be coddled. I feel like we got to hold people accountable. Like, and I'm not saying it to be funny, but I feel like the ones that are out there are doing it because people are going to give them the funds. When people start cutting their butts off, guess what? They will either learn how to find something else to do, or they'll go get the skills that they need. My thing is, it's a skill. You done figured out how to use people to get this money. How about you go use the same skills that you're using to use these people to go get a job?
That's true. All right.
Because think about it. You're probably the best salesperson in the world. If you'd have figured out how to sweet talk somebody to get some money out, and you ain't got to put out to get that money.
That's true. That's a good skill. All right. So before we let you go, we got to ask you the same question that we asked the other caller, Simone.
Okay.
The top of the show, of course, is the theme of the show is cheating. So we'll ask you the number one question. Do you feel cheating should be the end all be all, and why?
Okay. I'm going to say no. And the reason I'm going to say no is it depends on the circumstances itself.
Nice.
If you feel in your heart you cannot forgive that person, then yes, I tell you to go walk away. But if you feel like you guys are still building things together, then I feel like you stay. And the reason is, yes, it may be a one-time incident. If it's a one-time incident, I could deal with that. But if you are a repeat offender, then that's when I'm like, I got deuces. But I feel like if it was a one blip, I'm just throw it out there. Let's just say, hey, I got drunk and was out where I wasn't supposed to, and it just happened. I'm going to give you that pass, because guess what? I could put myself in that similar situation. And if I forgive you, guaranteed I'm going to want you to do the same. Now, if you had a conversation with your partner and they can't forgive your indiscretions the way that you did, then that's the reason to leave as well. Because I feel like if you can go out there and mess up, I also have that right to mess up. I'm not saying I'm going out there to just mess up, but if everything ever goes left field and I do slip up and do something, I need you to be on the same page. It's all right. If you messed up and you did something, you could take what you dish out. If you can't take what you dish out and I can't just progressively move on, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna be mad, but you know, it may take me some time to forgive you. If I can clearly, with a good conscience, say I forgive you, we are moving on, we are progressing from here, then hands down, cheating is not an end all be all.
All right.
Good answer. I love that answer.
Because I thought y'all was gonna whatchamacall, because I was gonna say, yeah, it's just, you know, hearing her opinion or whatever and kind of go from there. All right, so yeah, we definitely appreciate your opinion on everything and your take on everything. Thanks for calling, and yeah, we'll take the next call.
Good night.
Thanks for calling in.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
That was a good answer. I agree with that.
Yeah, that was definitely a good answer.
Simone popped up. She said, "How I know it's the one time cheat. Maybe he got caught this one time, and I don't know what happened before."
But that's why for you, Simone, you shouldn't stay in that relationship because you won't get it out of your head. What she's saying is, if it's in her heart, she believed it was an error, she can forgive, she can work it. But with you shouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. The different strokes for different folks. Like I said, if it's a deal breaker for that person, cool. It's a deal breaker. The only thing I just like, I stand firm by my point of view. I see nothing wrong with asking the question before you make that decision.
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna exit anyway,
even if you're gonna exit, I don't see what's the harm in asking why.
Just give some information. Yeah, that's all.
Exactly. Okay. Let's see. Let me go. No, go on, Corey. I'm
gonna say it's more so for the closure, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times, a lot of people, they get cheated on or whatever, and they just break up automatically and exit the relationship, and they don't have that closure. You know what I'm saying? And they take that into the new relationship. Yes. When you have that closure, you can enter a new relationship with a brand new slate.
Yeah, that's true. You won't hold them to that.
Exactly.
Hold on. We got a phone call.
Call from
Deontay.
Mr. Talk Edit, what's going on,
Deontay?
What's good with y'all?
What's going on, man?
Not much.
All right. So what's your take on things? I'd love to hear this.
For me, man, cheating is a one and done.
Okay. And why do you feel that?
I mean, personally, I'm one of those people who I'm not going to trust you again after that. Like, ain't no point of me trying to work it out with you because I know I'm going to keep on holding this 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get that trust back. Whether you deserve the trust back or not, you're not going to get it back from me. But, I mean, even in general, like, just not for me personally, I feel like once you cheat, like, you keep asking the question, what led the person to cheat, or it's a one-off. I don't believe in one-off or accidental cheats. The question isn't what led the person to cheat, because the only thing that could lead you to cheat is, you make that decision. It's a conscious decision that you want to cheat. The question you're asking, what you need to be asking, is what led that person to be unhappy. Because a lot of things could make you unhappy in your relationship, but that doesn't cause you to cheat. Only your decision caused you to cheat. And it's not an accident or anything like that. It's you made that conscious decision to do so.
I could agree with you on that. All right, so let me ask you this, because you said that cheating is the end all be all, right? So
yeah,
if that happened, would you see a problem with at least speaking to that person to find out what was it that led them to cheating? Just so you have an understanding, like, was it something I did wrong or something I was lacking? Like, do you see a problem with doing that?
I mean, no, we could definitely have some closure or have a conversation,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, even having that, for me personally, again, having that conversation, it's it will make me upset to have that conversation, just to have her talk to, like how I feel. If you at the point where you're cheating, you should have already had that conversation. Like, I know everything that I do that my fiance doesn't like. So if it comes down to it, I already know what I did or what I could have done differently or what I could have changed. Like, she likes to go out, I don't take her out enough. I already know. So if she cheated, having that conversation again, all that's going to do is anger me. Her telling me that this other guy was taking her out and this other guy was doing this for her, that would just anger me. And she's not going to be telling me something that I don't know.
Let me ask you this, because
Oh,
I strongly believe that when it comes to men and women, we tend to think logical, and we can understand like our shortcomings, so to speak. But when it comes to women, a lot of times or sometimes women can act oblivious to the things that their men want, like they have no idea, or they have a lapse of judgment, or tend to forget that there's certain things that their that the man they're with require or whatever. So what if it's a situation where they genuinely think like, they were doing what they were supposed to do, so to speak?
In that situation, that's what I'm saying. If you get to the point where you're cheating and you don't know what's wrong with the other person,
Mm-hmm.
that's probably the problem, because you're not communicating with the other person. You should already know what you're doing that's making the other person unhappy before they even go out and make that decision to cheat. You should already talked about it multiple, at least have an idea of the things of what it might be. You might not know exactly what it was, but you should have an idea of the issues that you were having in your relationship before it even got to the point where somebody cheated. Unless it was just a quick thing and it just came out of nowhere. Usually, it typically doesn't come out of nowhere. People are usually unhappy for a while before they decide to cheat.
Let's act like with men they can't just quickly, hey, let's go in this back alley real quick. Like just a spur of the moment thing.
But I just want to touch on your answer. So I mean, I understand that you said you would be angry about having the conversation, but don't you feel at the end of the day it would give you some closure for you to move on?
I would take the closure. I'm just saying that conversation wouldn't make me feel good. But at the end of the day, it could give me closure. It just depends on how long I've been in the relationship and if I really need that closure, if I feel like it was worth it. Because I know when I was a teenager and my relationships really weren't lasting too long, it's like I didn't really need closure for a majority of my relationships back when I was I was younger.
Yeah,
let me ask Deontay something.
Yeah.
Deontay, do you think out of every situation though, they should make the decision to end it, or do you think some situations have exceptions?
Well, usually there are exceptions to every rule, but most of the time, I feel like it's no point of trying to forgive something in this relationship when you could just move on and you won't have this bad thing stuck on your relationship. Now, if you've been with the person for a very, very long time and it was a one-time thing and you know that person, I feel like that would be one of the exceptions. You've been with them for so long that you know for a fact that it was a one-time thing, rather than somebody that you've been with for a short time and you don't know if 10 years down the line you're gonna still be holding on to it or something like that.
That's a good.
I watch Divorce Court a lot, and that's usually what goes on in a lot of relationships. They try to he cheated a long time ago, and now it's years down the line, and you're still upset about that. Why go through that? Why not
Yeah.
just find somebody else?
That's
They,
true.
Unless
they think they can make it work.
come on.
All right. So here's the question that I have for you, because I know you
Yeah.
answered the top question. So before we let you go, the last question, the question that we'll ask is, do you think flirting is cheating?
I want to hear this.
Yeah.
I want to hear this.
I wanna
Why
hear
is it?
this.
Why not? Why?
Nah. Flirting is definitely not cheating. Flirting is just having the conversation. Like I was listening to this conversation when you all were having it, and I agree with you all 100%. Like if you're just talking, if it's just words, you could say whatever you want to say. Now, if I'm with the person, like she's standing right next to me and I'm standing right next to her, and she starts flirting or says something inappropriate, I'm not going to be mad at her as far as cheating on me or as far as being jealous, but I'm going to be more mad at her as far as her disrespecting me, and I'm standing right here. But I'm not going to have any jealousy towards anything that she's saying, because if it's just talk, it's just talk. I don't have a problem with it.
That's the same thing JR said. All right, yeah. I
Yeah.
can agree with that. Thanks for the call in, man. Oh, and
Yeah, no
man, I'm
problem.
definitely gonna let you know what's up with the debate to have with Miss Tia Cherry in the comments about the critical race theory at Baltimore School.
You hear that, Tia? You
Yeah.
getting called out.
Definitely waiting on that
Yeah,
one.
I'm definitely. So yeah, I'm soon as we end this live or whatever, probably tomorrow, I'll definitely be in contact with you, and we'll definitely start, speaking on when we're gonna get both of those in the works or whatever. So we'll definitely work on that, brother. And yeah, everybody, man, check out Deontay's channel, Talk Edit, man. This guy definitely got some good content when it comes to politics and stuff like that. He got a couple of animated videos there and everything like that. So yeah, definitely check out his content. Talk Edit. That's ETIC. Definitely.
All right, thank you. I
man,
appreciate
no doubt, man.
The shout out.
No doubt, man. Definitely. All right,
night,
I'll be
brother.
in touch with you, brother.
All right, peace.
Later. Yeah, but yeah, that was a good analysis and breakdown, man. Talk Edit always break it down in a very, logical and strategic way, I would say.
Simone actually dropped the question about that. She said it depends on who you're flirting with. Someone in your past? ?
Simone is.
Yeah,
she coming out the gut
tonight.
Yo, she is in the house gunning.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see where flirting. I can see where somebody can take that personal and find that as a sign of disrespect or whatever. But what if that person in the past is like valuable to his life, and like you actually cool with that person or whatever, and you nothing will be ever happen between them two. I can't say nothing will never happen. You get what I'm saying? Like the person also, and they, especially if they're a person like they jokey and stuff like that. So I guess it depends on the circumstance. That's what I would say. It depends on the circumstance. Like I said, for me, I'm not a jealous person or nothing like that, but it all depends on the individual. That's what I would say on that. What do you guys take on it?
I agree with you. I do believe it's the individual, whether you're jealous or not. That person can, take it a certain way. Like, I didn't like what he just said. I think my wife probably she wouldn't say anything, but I think she may feel a certain way. If she didn't know that friend, she'll feel away. But if she know that friend, and that's how we joke, it may be like, so it depends on the situation. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm in total agreement with that as well.
Okay. All right. Do y'all think we covered all our bases, or because it seemed like the chats is I'm reading through the chats here to see like what other ones can stand out, because the chat is definitely lit in the comment section.
Yeah, they targeted Miss Cherry over there.
They're going in on
Walls,
so I'm just trying to see. What was you gonna say?
I just wanted to see if the chat if the comment section can answer. I somebody said having an Instagram account is cheating. And the debate or the questions they was asking people was, is that cheating? If somebody is in a relationship and they have an Instagram account and they post pictures of themselves for attention, like for like attention.
Attention, so to speak. For me, like I said, for me, I don't see that as cheating. That's just my opinion. Now, if it's a conversation that you had with the person and they're like, "Hey, I don't appreciate this," and you do it anyway, I wouldn't say that's cheating either, but I would say you're disrespecting the person.
Okay.
That's what I'll say. I'll say now you're disrespecting that person, and that person has the right to, decide, hey, this ain't for me. This ain't my cup of tea. So just know, because of your actions, you can wind up losing something. That's what I would say. I wouldn't classify it as cheating.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Walls there. Like, if I had the conversation with the person and the person goes out and start posting half naked photos or whatever for attention, then I feel like that's disrespect on me, especially if we had the conversation. But if they're just posting, I don't think I'd find it disrespectful. Like, if we never had the conversation, I don't think I'd find it disrespectful. Because I'll look at it like, all right, they just posting.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying?
True.
You get what I'm saying? But if me and the person sat down, we had a conversation like, hey, I don't think this is appropriate. It's because we're in a relationship or whatever.
I never even thought that was a problem. Like, Instagram was like having a license. That's what I thought it was. But
no, because you have some people who, they're in relationships, and some women, some men, they'd be like, yo, I don't want you to post no half naked photos. Like, I don't want guys seeing you that way.
That's true.
I wouldn't think I had to say that. Like, I would think it goes without.
Not necessarily, because you got to understand this person was single. You get what I'm saying? Okay. You're entering their life, so they don't know what's okay and what's not okay off rip. You get what I'm saying? That's a conversation. That's a conversation you have to have, and also, another factor is family, because now, if you're introducing this person to your family, this guy or this girl, they're gonna want to try to investigate, follow the Instagram or whatever. And if they see certain things, they're gonna be like, "Hey, yo, why your man's is like this? Like, yo, why your girl out here in this thong going ham with the booty shakes?" Like,
so, right? Let me ask you, why do people put the standard of marriage on dating? Because how's cheating wrong if there's no book that says cheating is wrong? The only wrongs I see in relationships has to do with marriage and the Bible. Other than that, like, where are the rules for dating? Like,
that's a good point. That's a good point. Nobody ever actually thought about this or spoke about this. So that's a good point. You know what? That can be a talking point for
another time.
That can be a debate.
You know what? I think there is a book, though. I think a book was written.
Yeah, a book was written, but there's no rules.
There's no rules, but I think the book was written.
That's a very. I like that. That's a very good.
That is a very good point
that we touched on. Yeah, we definitely gotta touch that. We definitely gotta touch on that. But yeah, man, it seemed like in the comment section, it's a war between K. Saeed and Tia.
It's going hand.
Back and forth banter, definitely. But yeah, man. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. And call it a night, whatever. This was definitely a fun stream. Now, everybody, stay, like I said, be on the lookout, because for Junior, JR's channel, we gonna definitely drop a video about this Karen situation that happened or whatever. So we definitely have your point of view on it or whatever. So that's something we're gonna shoot tomorrow. Now, I don't know if you want to do it live or whatever the case may be, but definitely stay informed. We'll inform you on that video coming or whatever. So
facts.
This was definitely fun, guys. So
I like that insights.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate everybody calling in. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit that like button. I appreciate everybody's participation. Definitely appreciate, the super chat by Mr. Strategic Eyes. Definitely. And,
wait.
Everybody calling in too. What was you going to say?
There's one in question that just crossed my mind.
Okay, let's hear it.
Is liking a picture considered cheating?
No.
No,
No, bro. Let
not
me
cheating,
tell you.
not cheating. Inappropriate. How is that what y'all meant to ask? It's not cheating.
Nah.
Mm,
I wouldn't even call it inappropriate for me, man. Like,
like
no.
I
No.
wouldn't, but you know the
you
majority does.
right.
Yeah, the majority do because like people, that's why I tell people, man, if you're gonna deal with me and social media is your thing, this is not gonna work. Cause I'm not a social media person like that care for likes and all that. Like, I got more important stuff
Yo,
to
love
worry
one.
Because you
just
got
because like somebody who live in Colombia or something, so what? I'm gonna catch the next flight ticket to Colombia and go look at the funds.
you
Right?
got
Like,
you have a
you
lot.
know what I'm
You
saying?
have a
Like,
lot of
why,
people, bro.
why do I need to go to Colombia to look at some buns if I can just swipe up and down and look at them? Like, like
But you know what's
really,
wrong with that though? What's wrong with
what?
that is a lot of females and people in general have insecurities where it plays on that. If you're liking something
Exactly.
that does not look like her, that's
Exactly.
gonna make her feel a certain. Oh, is that what he
That's
like?
is that what you like? Like, yeah,
You, you know what the misconception is?
What?
Just because there are things that I like
I like
doesn't
that.
mean that I don't accept you for you.
I like that.
exactly.
That's the big difference. You get what I'm saying?
I
People
like.
think just because you like something that you disregard them. No,
No.
what I like you for is bigger than that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
that speaks even more volume that I accept you for you. And even though I like this, but I'm still loving you, that speaks volumes on me as an individual.
That's
I'm
true.
not shallow.
Facts.
That speaks more about you that I love you or I'm with you.
Hmm.
That speaks more that you have more to offer than what this person's offering, just showing buns or whatever. So women don't think about these type of aspects, or guys don't think about these type of aspects too when it comes to somebody liking a picture.
Yeah,
So yeah, but I don't know.
I
What
like
do
that.
you, Ray? You think liking is disrespectful or cheating or whatever the case may be?
Not at all, because you got like it's just a picture. You know,
Yeah.
it's just a picture. It
I
really
Uh,
is. At the end of the day, it's not like if I was sliding in the person's DMs. Yeah,
yeah.
but if I'm just liking a photo and scrolling, like, come on, that's this is a
But
picture.
they don't know if you're doing that or not. That's what I'm trying to say. They don't know that. You liking it blatantly. What are you doing
But
behind?
but the thing about it is, if you ask me, right, or if you be like, all right,
They don't
hey,
have.
if you be like, hey, I'm not okay with you liking photos because it makes me feel uncomfortable or whatever. I'm gonna have that conversation with you, and I'm gonna be like, hey, look, I'm not liking them because that's to put you down or anything. It's just Instagram. It's just
Yeah.
I'm using a service.
I'm just using the service. That's all. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
definitely a conversation to have with the significant other, but I'm sorry, I just don't view it as something that's that serious. Sliding
It's
into the
not. It's
DMs,
not.
whatever. Even with sliding into the DMs, I get it, but I see it as insignificant, man. That's why, like, yo, best bet, man. Deal with people who don't even care about social media like that. You'll be better off.
That's
I
true.
mean, that's anecdotal, but in my opinion, that's what I feel.
But where do they make those people? Because most people don't know where those are at. Everybody love it. It
I'm
seems like.
I'm here. I'm
No,
here.
not
Don't,
you. I'm saying
don't
for the males, because it seems like the
yeah,
females love that social media.
that's
Like,
true. That's true.
I
That's
don't care
true.
But
about social media. Like,
I feel like if you have the conversation with the female you dating or whatever, and you have that conversation, if y'all can meet that common ground, cool. If not, that person is not for you. That
Yeah, exactly.
that's
You,
it.
you well said. Well said,
You
brother.
got to filter it pretty
Yeah,
much.
well, I could agree with that. I could agree with that. All right, fellas, this was definitely a fun live. I had fun doing this. And yeah, we'll call it a night, man. This was definitely fun. And we'll reconvene tomorrow for that video, decide if we're gonna do it live or whatever the case may be.
yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
everybody have a good night. I appreciate your support. Thank you for being there. Those first time here, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that smash that like button.
Mm-hmm.
Smash
That's
it.
gonna be it. Yes, sir. That's gonna be it for Matter of Opinion. And I will catch you guys and girls on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.
What time is it? Better get up and grind. I woke up, soaked from a bad dream. I've been sweating like crazy. Got up, skin stuck to the veggies. Open window for a cold breeze. I have nothing to eat in my kitchen. Oh, coffee and yesterday's